Oh man,
Go.
that was the strangest countdown I've ever fucking heard in my life. I don't know what that was, but that was
That's Bones' drain bramage. That's okay. We love him anyways.
you know what? We are tonight four scoundrels in a cantina. We've had a cocktail. We've poured a cocktail. We may have smoked something. We're not gonna admit anything, but we're here. Four scoundrels in a cantina. Back at you. Thank you for stopping by, Old Man Logan 76, and we have go around the room. I'm not gonna introduce you.
KBZ. Bones 88.
Avant Docs here.
Skull, y'all. Big Country's here.
That's right, big country.
And I'm the only one drinking out of a horn. Meat out of a horn, man.
You know, I wouldn't say no to somebody pouring bourbon in a horn and me drinking it. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to that.
Not at all.
I think
Not at all.
I don't know. Bourbon in a horn is good too.
Does sound quite nice.
Has a little flavor probably in it.
Yeah, a little bit. So what is going on, everybody? We are back for another episode, and we finally have news. We've actually got quite a bit of news and a lot of upcoming stuff. We had a bit of a lull, but things are picking up in SWGOH land. So we've got a kit, gentlemen.
We
Yes,
do.
we do. First of all,
too.
but first of all, let's introduce who Big Country Mags is. A long-time fan of all of our channels. You know, everyone knows Mags if you're in the community and all that stuff. But how long have you been playing?
Oh, I was playing since the Solo movie, so 5 years, going on 6 now.
Has it been
I think
that
I started.
long?
I think I started. I think it was like 6 years ago now.
Holy crap! I didn't know it was released that long ago. That's
It
crazy.
might have been 5.
So you only miss like
I only missed a couple, like the first couple of years or whatever.
Which was
So
not much really.
What's-
yeah, and it was about this time exactly because I remember the Solo, or it was the tail end of the Solo marquee marquees, because it was Lando and L3 were the first marquees I got. And I remember because my birthday was right around the corner, and it's actually coming up tomorrow.
Your birthday.
Yep.
Oh,
Happy
thank
early
you.
birthday, man.
Yeah, a big 4-1. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and so I was playing nonstop, daily, all that time. I've been around. I started off being a mod for Urs on YouTube. I mean, believe it or not.
That's awesome.
Old Urs. Oh,
And then I'm a mainstay right now on the RSG lunch hour stream. Starts at it's 9 a.m. Pacific, so noon Eastern, and we go for a couple hours talking nothing but SWGOH.
Now, is that on YouTube or Twitch?
No, it was on YouTube. He finally moved it over to Twitch now.
That's cool.
So all RSG is streaming on Twitch.
Which is Reality Skewed Gamers.
He still uploads all the Wednesday night streams, and all the lunch streams get uploaded on YouTube. So you can find them anywhere. Yeah, Reality Skewed Gamers.
Awesome dude.
And
I love Ranger. Yep.
Yeah,
I've had him on a couple times.
yeah. Up until I think it was 2 weeks ago, I actually stepped away from the game. It was getting too toxic. I didn't have the time, and I just wasn't having fun anymore. So I think it was just time for me to step back. I'm still gonna be big in community. I'm still following step by step. I'm tag for tag with Ranger. I'm his cohort. So we're constantly up on the news. So
Right.
that's where I'm at.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And you can find me on Twitch, BigCountryMags.twitch.
and
Twitch.BigCountryMags.
and he plays a lot of good games as well. Lots of sci-fi, fantasy, cool stuff as well. But Mag, thank you for coming on, brother.
Oh yeah.
Always appreciate you having you on, man.
No, even taking a week off, man, you still got a pulse of the game. You still know what's going on.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, and so, Big Country, remind me how big is your account? How many GLs? Just give the lowdown of.
So my lowdown, I'm at 7.5, and I have 3 GLs plus Star Killer. So I've got a C, Master Luke, and Kylo. And I was floating around in Kyber 3, Kyber 4 area.
That's not bad.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, we've got a kit. Now I know we mentioned this last week. We did talk about that Rex was a potential thing, right? We did say that last week. I thought we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we were saying old man from Endor though, is what we were saying.
Yeah, I was kind of going off of Endor Rex. So what we got is not what I expected. Not really what I expected at all. But I don't know if I'm disappointed. Um, I will say I broke open the wallet and I put the fucker to 7-star Gear 12.
So have you?
Old man went hard after Old Man Rex.
I did. It,
Old guys got to stick together, right?
it's like literally when it's an old man, like I'm just like, yeah, I have to do this. I'm Old Man Logan. That's Old Man Rex. I have to do this. I got to do it. I got to do it. So kit reveal, Captain Rex. Let's dive in, gentlemen. Let's dive in. Go ability for ability. Go around the panel. What do we think? What do we know? Um, I'm not going to go through the whole. Oh no, my cat's meowing at me. Um, I'm not going to go through the whole inspiration, all that. All I will say is obviously Captain Rex, alignment, light side, categories, support, clone trooper, Phoenix, rebel, rebel fighter. Those are some interesting tags that could go in a lot of directions.
More than I was expecting.
Yeah.
To be fair, with the tags he has, yeah, he might be able to plug and play, but his kit focuses strictly around Phoenix.
It does, and
It's one of those like it's like Talon, right? Talon can work in a bunch of different Sith lineups, but she fits with the trio pretty well because that's what her kit's designed to do.
That's
But
what the
another-
Omicron lifts her to do, right?
Yeah,
That too. Yeah.
I already applied the Omicron for Rex.
Yeah, his Omicron looks creamy. It's finally we get a Omicron that crosses 5v5 and 3v3.
No, Avant, I went
Not just one or the other.
2 Zetas, Omicron. I ran out of resources to put them in the relics. But 3v3 just started. I don't need to. There's no sense of urgency to put in.
No,
Like
just
my main objective, because obviously I think he's going to be needed for the next Legend. He's 7-star. It's out of the way.
yeah.
So all right. So we've got those are the categories. I'm not going to cover the inspiration, all that nonsense. We're going to go right into abilities. Basic, aim, then fire. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy twice. Whenever this attack scores a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on Captain Rex and another random clone trooper or Phoenix ally.
Dispel is good.
I like dispels on basic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse for sure.
considering his base speed is actually pretty decent for his class.
And
if you
And having a
consider
double tap.
if you consider that he's also going to be assisting whenever a Phoenix character uses a special ability, he will be using his basic ability a lot.
A lot.
And you also see that his crit, I think his passive or something gives him crit chance as well. So you won't even have to mod him too crazy to make sure you get that. I think.
So we got special 1, Master Marksman, cooldown of 3, does have a Zeta, final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and stun them for 1 turn. If this attack scores a critical hit, all allies recover 15% health and protection. If this attack defeats the target enemy, reset the cooldowns of all clone trooper and Phoenix allies. Now, I think the last part is really nice, but incredibly situational if you happen to get that kill. The first part isn't bad, but I mean, this is for those that want to put a Zeta on Rex and only can afford 1. I wouldn't give him this one.
No, because the Phoenix Squad has enough health and protection and recovery on their other kits.
It does, especially when
It's just adds on top of it.
when we recover their uniques.
Yeah,
This tune is going to add something definitely to Phoenix and to clones. What do you, Avant, Bob? What do you guys got on this one?
It just, I mean, the stun, resetting cooldowns. I mean, that's everything I want to see in a kit, and that's one move. So, I can't complain. It looks good to me.
I think the stun is going to be more useful than the cooldown reset because, like you said, the cooldown reset will. I mean, it'll be good if you got someone lined up for a
Yep.
kill, but
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
otherwise you're gonna stun someone, which is useful.
But I mean, still, it's not like it's just resetting one cooldown. It's everyone on the team. So that's
And,
it's definitely worth trying to kill somebody with him for sure, or with that
Now-
move. Sorry.
and also, like with we haven't got there yet, but the tenacity down in the kit is gonna help you land that stun, which is also good.
Yep.
Now, question for you guys: when it comes to the Zeta part of the ability, where if it defeats a target enemy, reset the cooldowns, and some of very limited, maybe 5-6 minutes of footage I saw, and what I played in the event to unlock them, there's a lot of mass assists.
Hmm.
So if a mass assist happens and it kills that opponent or that enemy, does that ability apply? Is that
I
like
think it-
he specifically has to kill the person, or it can happen through a mass assist?
I think if you make him the slow one on the team, he'll do the last attack in that mass assist, and he'll always get that kill if that's the case.
Which is tough because he's getting bonuses for speed. And if
And he's fast too. Yeah, that's
his base speed, I think if I looked right, is 173. That's pretty. That's not bad. That's
yeah.
not
He's no slouch.
no. He
Old
puts
man
a
gets
really,
the cardio in.
really good speed set on him, and that like old man Rex is not going to be looking so old.
It'll be shades of the old Rex lead meta, where whoever had the faster Rex would win the battle.
That was so nice.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
No, that was really. I know. I've actually taken a few mods off that Rex, and he's not as fast as he used to be. It makes me sad.
Yeah, I've been taken away from Thrawn and my clone troopers as well because they're just not as useful as they once were.
See, Thrawn, I haven't stripped. He's still too useful to me in certain situations.
Yeah,
He's a
I
Swiss
agree.
Army knife.
Yeah, he's
I
really good.
like having him fast and ready if I need him for something.
Yeah, that's like Moff Gideon. I have a set speed where I keep my Moff Gideon, which is fast enough, and
But I'm not balling like you two are, so I don't get to do
Well,
that.
crafting way, you already need a couple of Phoenix already relic for different reasons. You need Hera for what is it?
Profundity.
Hera's for profundity,
Mhm.
and I guess you don't need Ezra for anything. But a lot of people relic him up just to have him on a GLT,
Oh my
the
God,
squad
yeah.
anyways, right?
like if you want to split up your Jedi Master Luke team and run off a squad of Jedi Knight Revan and split that up, Ezra is really good in a Jedi Master Luke team.
Yeah.
But me and Crafting Way have been going back and forth in my streams when I tell beginners just to go for Phoenix. But, he's always arguing because Hera's on the hard node now. But guess what, buddy?
They're still double drop.
Rex is in town. Yeah, but I mean, he's not. There's other ones like you said, like Bam or other things. But I just wanted to put it in his face that Rex is back, buddy.
I don't know.
Phoenix is
Phoenix
back in town.
Phoenix still opens up so many lanes when you start.
Yeah,
Right?
but
They're kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you go straight in. Phoenix goes get you Thrawn. Thrawn gets you R2. It just goes downhill from there.
Crafting Way's point
it's a
though
perfect
is they moved Hera off of the Cantina node, and you have to use a hard node to farm her, so it takes way longer. Because they used to be 2 weeks, and you could get the full Phoenix squad at 7 stars, and now it's longer because she's on a hard node.
But
So,
now they're
they're
forcing you to, so you might as well just do it when you start.
All right, well let's get into special too, because believe me, we're gonna have time to debate where this tune is going, because we still got to cover all the uniques of what Phoenix does and what this tune is gonna add. Because Hera that's a hell of an ability. It just sucks that she got such a shitty supporting cast all these years. So we got special 2, suppressing fire, cooldown of 3, final text, and I love this. Anytime there's tenacity down, I'm all over that. Inflict tenacity down, which can't be evaded. and daze on all enemies for 2 turns.
But it can be resisted.
Yes, it can be resisted. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict offense down for 2 turns. Clone Trooper and Phoenix allies gain 5% turn meter for each debuff inflicted by this ability. And if all allies gain critical chance up and offense up for 2 turns. And they all do.
So we need a little bit of potency on him then.
Yeah.
You want to lay
I don't know what
those-
his base potency is, but yeah, I would think you could put. You always put like well, not always, but usually you put 2 mod sets, one that requires 4 mods and one that requires 2.
I gave him a speed potency.
Doesn't his
I gave
basic,
him a speed potency set.
Yeah, there
isn't
you
his basic inflicting tenacity down?
go. No, I think it's the special. I think it's special
No,
2.
Special.
That's just special too.
No, it's the AOE special, and that's actually going to be one of the most, from some of the times that I've played with him and some of the things I've seen. That ability is clutch, and with a high enough potency, that is going to be your bread and butter. That move right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's definitely lining up. It looks good.
It's going to get
Because
shit
I mean,
going.
because with tenacity down, if we think about what some of the other Phoenix can do off the top of our heads, I know Zeb can do shit when enemies are debuffed.
Daze and stun.
Yep. So, all right, let's go on to unique one. The Lost Commander Zeta and an Omicron. And you know what? I may have made a horrid botched decision that cost me a couple $100, but fuck it. Anyway, so we're gonna read this. Unique one, the Lost Commander Zeta and an Omicron. Final text: Captain Rex gains 25% critical chance, 40% max health, 25 speed, and 40% tenacity. Whenever any other Felix ally uses a special ability, Rex assists, dealing 40% less damage. Whenever a clone trooper ally falls below 50% health, they recover 35% health and protection, limit once per turn, and gain 50% defense and tenacity up for 2 turns. Whenever a clone trooper or Phoenix ally is inflicted with a debuff, Rex gains 5% turn meter per debuff, and all allies recover 5% health and protection. Let's just sit on that for a moment.
So do they just so every single time they fall underneath 50%, they're getting that? Every time or just once?
Well, whenever a Phoenix, first off, anytime in the match if a Phoenix Toon uses a special ability, Rex is going to assist.
Right.
Yeah. So it's split up. You've got stuff for Phoenix, but you also have stuff for clone troopers.
But
So
they fall behind 50% health. Then they recover 35% health and protection. So
No, that's a clone trooper.
Whenever a clone trooper ally falls below 50% health.
I understand that. I understand. So I'm just saying. So you get that back, and they go back underneath 50% health, and then they get it back. It just keeps happening, right?
No. Limit once per turn.
Per turn. So the next time around.
I think the way that it's worded, it sounds like it could happen more than one time during the battle, which doesn't seem right.
I think what's going to happen is if the enemy team happens to one toon takes a turn, that triggers. The next turn in that battle happens to be on the same team, and they do the same. That is going to happen again because it's a different turn from a different toon.
So it's going to happen a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, if you watch
survivability,
if you did the event, that last one against Bosk, it happens like constantly.
It does.
Yes, it was a terrible loop.
Yeah, it was a bad thing. I was watching Ranger do it, and it took us
you're like rounds on target accurate. That's exactly.
Oh yeah, but he needed like 80 armor shreds to take out Bosk, and I've heard guys that needed like over 100.
One of our guildmates put it on auto and then started to drive home from work and got home and it was still going.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of kind of like how
Sorry, Bone. That's just clone troopers. That's not Phoenix.
No, I understand that. I understand. I'm sure there's going to be cool what's to say that he's after a bunch of people test it, maybe he has a better team than Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Or a couple Phoenix and a couple clone troopers. You know?
Anybody thinking he's going to take over the 501st from Gas or Shock?
I don't know. Let's see.
Well, hold on. And I was gonna get into this after the kit, but
okay, let's just get it.
Let's keep going then.
Yeah.
We'll pin that one.
All right, so we went through that. We went through that ability. Now, while in Grand Arenas, so this is where the Omicron is going to come into play. Rex gains 30% critical damage and an additional 60% health and 25 speed. So Homeboy is getting 50 speed in GAC.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's nice. That's nice. So while in 5e5. Now, again, this was a question that was in the Q&A. If you place this Omicron, will it work for both 5e5 and 3v3? The answer is yes. You spend it, you're getting all this shit. Like, what you see is what you get. So here we are for 5e5. While in 5e5 Grand Arenas and all allies are Phoenix at the start of battle, whenever an ally is inflicted with ability block or daze, they dispel it and inflict 2 stacks of damage over time on all enemies for 3 turns, which can't be evaded or resisted. Whenever Captain Rex uses his basic ability, he recovers 10% health and protection.
What's that countering? Because it looks like that's
Nest.
Because it looks like that's made for something in particular.
That's made for Nest.
And that's why, like Big Country, you said it earlier, you can't take a lot of Arnold's initial testing as like
Yeah.
Like we've got to see some stats in GAC and what this Omicron can do. Because what I'm reading, that's kind of dirty. Because he's going to be using his basic a lot.
A lot.
And there's a lot of teams that are throwing ability blocks out there. I can see in 5v5 with a proper with a proper Datacron.
Oh,
Phoenix is going to take out JML.
Yeah, the level 3 for this set.
Yeah, I think Phoenix will be able to take out a GL easy.
That'll be cool. I like to see that.
Well, we will see. So we also we have an entry here for 3v3, where this gets even more interesting. And this is the first time we've had an Omicron that is focused on 5v5 and 3v3. Am I correct? Am I correct on that?
Yes.
You are correct. This is the first. Yeah. We've had either or in the past.
Which is cool. I like this.
I mean, they kind of like retroactively did it for Starkiller, but...
No, you're right.
No. They did it for Starkiller. Yeah, they adjusted
it. They did.
But that's just because of the clause in his unique, right, where you need all of the members.
And Cal, I think Cal's actually turns off. Yeah, Cal's one turns off Fulcrum's
and
limit on in TW at least.
What's exciting about this is everyone's like, "Oh, how good is he?" Well, we haven't seen him we won't see him in Grand Arena for another week or so. So
I mean, on paper, he looks sweet.
Saul Guerrero looked good on paper too, though.
He did.
Well, technically, Dad Bod Boba did too, and so
what?
Take it with a grain of salt. But we've had some that have looked good on paper that are just like paper dragons.
You have a decent.
But then we've had others that look bad on paper that turn out to be just, oh my god. So
yeah.
But I feel like if you have a decently, and this could be a topic for later, but real quick, I feel like with Dad Bod Boba, if you have him decently reliced and decently modded, he does fit in quite well with Tusken Chieftain and Tusken Warrior in 3v3.
I just applied that Omicron and it got wiped by my opponent. I'm very sad.
Have you tried it on offense though?
Is that for Tusken Raider?
No. I have that one too.
Oh.
So here's the other thing I've been noticing lately too is they make them. Some teams just are going to get wrecked on defense, just plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to try them on offense too. So if they can take out stuff on offense, it's the same reason nobody puts Slacker on defense anymore. He just gets rolled, but he still takes things out on offense. Same with C.
A lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, C Watt takes out
with the level 9.
anything.
Night Sister's zombie Datacron right now? No.
Oh well, yeah.
It's an offensive.
Here's my thing. I hate when people say, "Oh, you can counter something with a Datacron." So it's a temporary counter. It's not a true counter. So everyone's like African counter.
But Bones, my only, and I agree with you 100%. Here's now. Allow me to retort. Here's my counter argument.
Right.
It's going to work for you for 4 months, and that possibly could win you some GAC matches and crystals and allow you to progress.
Oh, it will. It will for sure. But it's not a real counter, though.
Dude, I drank the Datacron Kool-Aid. I am in.
Well, if you drop that,
drinking that shit, or like Avant saw how many I have, and I've gained more since I showed him what I had. I'm a nut when it comes to those.
You both are Datacronians. You guys are both
Datacronians.
It sounds so Roman. I like it. It's like Praetorian.
I thought more alien.
It's pretty cool.
I prefer Praetorian.
Here come the xenomorphs. Watch out.
By the way, Aliens Dark Descent. If anybody hasn't played it yet, that game's pretty fucking legit, but that can wait for the end of the show. All right, so while in 3v3 Grand Arenas, all allies are clone troopers at the start of battle. Whenever an ally assists, they have a 50% chance to dispel all buffs on the target enemy, and they inflict armor shred until the end of the encounter, which can't be evaded or resisted.
Yep. So
armor shred with the fucking clone trooper with the sentry gun. What is it? Assault trooper? What the fuck is his name again?
The ARC trooper.
ARC trooper. The leftover 501st, because if you run the standard Rex 5s Echo lineup in 3s, we only had those other two, right? ARC and it was just ARC.
Here's what I think is going to happen. I think you have Gas, Rex, 5s. You have Shock T, ARC, Echo, and then you have Rex, Clone Sergeant, and Cody. It's going to uplift those Codys, I think. I mean, you could obviously get a better, probably if you put like the other Rex and 5s or something with them, obviously you're going to get more of a crazy team.
He has the leader stat, right?
Cody has the lead.
Yeah, no, Cody. But that's Rex doesn't have one.
No.
He's a support character, no leader.
Yep.
I mean, do you guys think that's what they're pushing for, or do you think it's just going to be two?
For me, I feel in 3v3, this is not going to adjust anybody that really utilizes Bad Batch in 3v3. You're not going to take tech out to do the other to do
I,
in 3v3.
I think this is more for the lower accounts. Like I would probably use this.
Yeah,
this would throw some of my.
This is something you could use, but with how Omicron is, I don't know in 5v5 would that. And again, we're about to real quick and just kind of revisit all the Phoenix unique abilities, because now that Rex is in this is going to add an interesting topic for us to go over.
Yeah.
But we don't know in 5v5 Grand Arenas. This, like you said, Country, this could make Phoenix a B team, something that could be used in Grand Arena to actually beat something, and another tool in the toolbox for players.
Well, looking at his health and protection. Let's move on to the Phoenix squad and see what their uniques are doing, and see how that plays off of Rex right now, because that will dictate the 5v5 with the amount of health and protection he's pulling up for Phoenix along with offense. It might be a good defensive team now.
Here's something I want to ask you guys. If I have many people in my Discord who are just like, they don't even have their Phoenix farmed yet. So there's a lot of people that come to this game that are new, and I always tell them Phoenix. So if they got this marquee character today, do you think it would be legit for them to, at 3 stars, take it to like gear 9, 10, apply most of all their stuff, kind of pimp him out and use him? Or should they just not even touch it and not worry about it?
If it was me, I'd max him out now.
I think it would help a beginner out a lot, especially.
I'd hit them all, because that would, I could see that wrecking.
Well, and the other thing that I'm going to wholeheartedly agree with you, and if you can't wail out on it, wait for it to be accelerated, and then, because you've got to do Phoenix anyway to get Thrawn.
But
Yeah.
I just think
they have to chip.
I think a 3-star Captain Rex is going to help out a 300k GP account.
All right.
I
So
think if you're a new player, I'm not chasing Rex because there's too many other things on accelerated farm that are useful to chase, and I would do that because it's poor resource management to go after something new that is not accelerated when there's
Great.
so much for you to catch up on.
I'm not talking about.
I'm gonna kind of yes right now because everything is accelerated. When I started 5 years ago, I tell you what, Nest was my account saver,
Hmm.
and I had her at 3 stars, and I put everything into her, and she was wrecking fools.
do you
To
think
be
this,
fair,
Even in arena at that time where you got crystals.
but
To
do
be
you
fair,
think
I'm 5
that
years
kind of
removed from
killing
early game, so
Warren,
I am too, but I'm still saying it's.
But I'm not even talking about farming shards for him. I'm just talking about like a fun thing that someone could take him up to gear 10 or something at 3 stars. Give him, his abilities and everything. I mean, you don't have to put a bunch in him to do that. That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about farming or anything like that. I'm just saying gearing him up, take him to whatever the max level you have him at now that you can get to. Go all the way up to Omegas or whatever, or should they just? I mean, it was just kind of a thing I was wondering.
Anymore, I would not recommend somebody to do that to a 3-star character.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain characters you can still get away with that. Like Nest is one. If you unlock Nest, go for it because she rocks it.
Zori Bliss was another.
Zori is another one. Yeah,
Mara Jade.
But Mara Jade. Some of those really work at the low stars, but I don't think Rex is going to be working at that low of a star count.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I would leave him until you get 7, and then once you get 7 and the rest of your Phoenix squad is up, then go for it because you're going to drop. Well, one, you're going to drop Ezra for, and this is my thought process. You're going to drop Ezra right off the bat because he's going to a Jedi team. Well, you're already dropping one anyways, right? Between Ezra and Sabine, you got to drop one from the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now Sabine's going over with the Mandos. You got Ezra's going over with the Jedi, because even with the Grandmaster Yoda squad, he's going to be kicking some butt for you. So you're already down 2. That leaves you a Chopper, Zeb, Kanan, and then Hera. So he could play on that squad while your other squads while your other toons start moving. Move him into that Phoenix squad.
Now you're talking for more like earlier game, right?
Early game. Like
Okay.
you farm all your Phoenix up to get Thrawn, and then as you start getting your other teams built up, you start moving those characters off those squads. And once you start pulling them away from Phoenix, you can backfill with Rex.
So now that we know that Rex can do real quick, Hera's lead pretty much each active Phoenix ally grants their unique ability to other Phoenix allies. So let's do, guys.
This is where it's going to get fun.
Pick a Phoenix character that you may want on this team, and I'll read their unique because it's gonna get added.
Zeb.
Deal. Unique. Zeb has bonus max protection equal to plus 40% of his max health and recovers 15% protection at the start of his turn. This recovery is doubled if Zeb is debuffed.
30% plus Rex is what, 40%? That's 70% protection recovery every turn if there's a debuff on the field, and Rex's basic is going to be clearing debuffs.
Nice.
The whole squad is going to be going up by 80% health and protection.
And Yvonne, I'm really and no, Country's right. And Yvonne, I'm really glad you said Zeb because I'm about to put him into relics because I've always
wanted to give Zeb his Zeta. It always so good, and early game I could never give any of the Phoenix characters their Zetas.
I gave Zeb his Zeta the second Old Man Rex was announced.
Hey, Bones, you feel that? Can you feel Paul smile from here?
Yes.
All right, Bob, Avant picks Zeb. If you had this entire squad in relics, what is the other toon that you would want to be in the Phoenix squad with Old Man Rex?
Only Zeb. Just Zeb. That's all I want. I'm just fucking with you.
Zed is dead, baby. Zed is dead. You got somebody else.
Chopper. Who
The
doesn't?
one I'm actually not going to relic. But
How can you not love Chopper?
maintenance protocols. At the start of his turn, Chopper recovers 15% health. Whenever he is damaged by an attack, he gains protection up 15% for 2 turns, if he doesn't already have protection up. Chopper has a 30% chance to assist when another Phoenix or droid ally uses an ability during their turn. This assist is not shared with Phoenix allies. That is a shit unique for what we're
Mhm.
Why
Sorry,
did I have
Bones.
to- why did
I
I
love
have to get
Chopper,
that
but
one?
not Bones. Well,
Bob,
he goes with Sortie. Leave him with Sortie.
Yeah, Bob, we love you, but no, that was I really like. You said Chopper. I was like, dude, no.
However, I think, I kind of said it earlier that you pull Sabine away, but I think Sabine needs to come back.
I was gonna say I think Chopper is the weak link here.
I'm torn on that. I'm torn on Sabine.
Sabine throws an armor shred. We'll read Sabine's.
All
Let's
right,
go.
you know what?
Let's go
That'll
Sabine's.
be so that's Big Country's pick.
That'll be mine. Sabine.
All right, so we got this is her. Yeah, take it back. Her unique. Sabine has plus 25% critical chance and plus 25% critical damage. So the rest of the team will get that.
I feel medium about that.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
I'm-
how
I
are you
thought
gonna?
there's something else in there.
How are you gonna
but,
hate
yeah.
on Chopper and then just kind of like, all right, we'll do that? No, give
No,
her some
I'm-
hate.
Well, because
know Sabine
one of
can do
Rex's Zetas ups the crit chance. Remember?
The thing about here's the thing that I like about Sabine over Chopper. Chopper's unique ability is already inherently built into the kit, like with the protection. Like he's gonna grant.
And he only does
protection.
it for himself.
He's gonna grant protection up, but you're already regaining so much protection. So like, do you really need it, or would you rather have extra crit chance and crit damage?
Yeah, you're right.
All right,
I'm still putting Chopper in.
Can I read my pick? Because
Go for it.
again, the second Old Man Rex got announced, and I read his kit and saw that it was Phoenix. I immediately put what did I put him to? Oh yeah, I put Kanan Jarrus to Relic 5 immediately. He's always been like a project. He was one of those tunes that he's a Jedi, he's a tank, he's survivable, but I never did it, and this gave me an excuse. So his unique, Kanan has 70% counter chance and recovers 25% health whenever he suffers a debuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take that because Old Man Rex is gonna be doing his basic on a counter hit if it sticks.
Yeah,
and it's just gonna feed into that team. I think Kanan Jarrus is an automatic in this team. Because honestly, I mean, Avant or Bob, before this, I mean, I'll be honest, before Old Man Rex's kit came out, I didn't have Kanan relics. Do any of you guys?
Oh yeah.
No.
As soon as relics came into the game, that was the first team I relicked.
So here's the thing. It looks like we're gonna have a Hera lead, right? Obviously, Kanan, Zeb, and Rex. Who's the fifth?
You know what? I will go around the room and by saying one name, I'm gonna say Ezra Bridger. After knowing what his unique does, I'm gonna say it's Ezra.
I mean, he's not needed.
We didn't touch Ezra's. What is Ezra's?
Yeah, we didn't hear Ezra's.
Let's refresh Ezra's.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So it's called Push Through. Ezra gains 10% offense, stacking max 40% at the end of his turn and for the rest of the encounter, and will reset if he is defeated.
What?
40% offense after 4 turns.
That's the entire team.
The offense resets or what resets?
No, if they die, it
Yeah.
resets. Remember, Hera can revive.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right.
But if the team stays alive, because with Rex's kit, this team has it's adding a much needed level of survivability. I don't know. I look at Ezra and that's the tune you want in that team to give them that extra offensive push.
So Crafting Way in the chat says you want Chopper for his cooldown reduction and constant buffing of allies. Does that add anything to you guys? Does that change your guys' opinion of Chopper?
Personally, I just hate Chopper as a character.
I like him. He's awesome.
Like both in Rebels and in the game.
I think it's going to be a cycle. I think you're going to want to rotate Ezra and or Sabine for a simple fact. I think it's going to be situational. This is going to be like CLS 2.0 or even Mon Mothma 2.0, but with the option of, do you need extra crit chance or do you want extra offense?
With that being
or
said,
do you want the extra armor shreds? That's the thing. Do you want the extra armor shreds versus the extra offense?
So like a Swiss Army knife, kind of.
But also, here's the other thing. Let's remind ourselves what Rex's unique is, because every Phoenix ally is going to get it. Captain Rex gains 25% critical chance, 40% max health, 25 speed, and 40 plus tenacity. Whenever any other Phoenix ally uses special ability, Rex assists, dealing 40% less damage. I mean, basically, this entire unique, the entire team is going to get.
So do you want 75% offense or 75% crit chance or 40% offense?
Exactly. So you're adding the critical chance, the health, the speed, the tenacity. And I don't know. I'm sold on Ezra Bridger. I want that insurance policy that I can punch through certain teams that are more defensive in nature.
Well,
I think with the amount of armor shreds going around, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
And unless you're dealing with a plus 300% defense Datacron.
Well, right. I mean, okay.
Well,
Datacrons aside, I think there's certain teams you're going to want the offense, which I agree with Ezra, and the extra cleanse. But then you're also, because Rex cleanses on his basic too, right? So do you need the second cleanse? Do you want extra armor shred, or do you want?
I don't think you need the extra cleanse. If I have to pick 3 to go with Rex and Hera, like just as a well-rounded team, I'm gonna pick Kanan, Ezra, and Zeb. Those are gonna be my 3, unless I need something different.
I think personally, I would go instead of Ezra. I'd leave Ezra with the Jedi. I think I would pull Sabine off of the Mando team because she kind of got left behind.
And to be honest,
that
that's
extra armor shred, I
too.
think it, because the armor shred, it drops defense, right?
Yes,
it does.
And with the amount of times everybody's assisting and cleansing, I guess it's just clones that to get the armor.
I don't even use
Sabine. I want the armor shred.
Relic. I don't even use her in the raid. It's just.
Oh, if you haven't used her on a Mando squad, ooh, she works.
But she's still just a luxury for the Mandalorian team, because no one's just going to go relic their before now. No one's just going to go relic Sabine.
Don't diss my girl, man.
Now I wanted to. I was going to do it.
No, I mean, I know she's a Mando, but I was at the point in my game where I put enough into the Mandos that I needed to be as successful as I could be in GAC or in Conquest or anywhere else. Once the raid hit, I picked 5 specific Mandos that I had seen and worked with that I thought were going to get me the max points, and those 5 Mandos are now all Relic 8, and I'm not putting anything more into fucking Mandos.
Real quick, guys, we have a first-time chatter from Crystal Critics. Thank you for coming by. Always good to see you. Hope all is well. She's
interesting name, dude. What's going on?
Also might be a woman. If you want to clarify that, we don't get a lot of girls in the chat, so.
Yes, ma'am. What question do you have for the panel? Apology.
She just said, or he or she said, "Well, I wonder when Fulcrum is going to get the Phoenix tag, for fuck's sake."
I'm sorry, it's never going to happen.
That would be cool. Though,
it would have happened by now.
She says she's a woman, by the way.
Like, to be honest, it's not the Rex I wanted, but it is bringing back to life a team that I've always really liked, but they've just been shit for so long. Oh, They were so bad.
Where is she at now?
Well, it's not that they were bad. It's just they got left behind. They were some of the first characters to come to the game. They got outmoded really quickly.
Yeah, power creep.
Now here's a question.
The power jump.
for you guys that maybe it's been asked. I don't know. So we all know that Hera's lead absorbs pretty much and distributes everybody's unique throughout the team, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Old Man Rex's unique is attached to an Omicron. Is that going to apply also for the rest of the squad?
It's his unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
That if it's on his unique, then yes.
The Omicron, is that the ability from that Omicron, because it's attached to a unique, is that going to apply to the rest of the squad in GAC?
I believe that was in the dev Q&A, and Meathead said yes. I could be wrong, but I believe it does apply.
Knowing CG's code, yes, it's going to apply. However, if it starts taking out GL's first round, it's going to get nerfed. Let's be honest.
We're currently investigating an interaction between blah and blah.
Yeah. I will I will put him to relics as soon as possible, and I will save videos of demolishing GLs if that is the case.
Well, I can. So what? It's I could see it beating Lord Vader if it's not written right.
Wiring Grand Array. So you're giving the rest of the Phoenix Squadron 50 plus speed, 30% crit damage, and an extra 60% max health.
But they hit like wet noodles to begin with. They need the boost.
That's where the extra crit damage or offense comes into play, right? And then on top of that, all the health and protection recovery. Think of all the dots and debuffs that Lord Vader throws out, right? I could see this team possibly beating Lord Vader if it has the right datacrons.
Then, Country, if you're right, I'm going to throw out a hot take right now. If that is how the code was done and that's what happens, they will fix it.
Oh, I know.
They will nerf that.
They'll nerf it instantly, but I can see it. We already know it beats CLS, right?
Without Omicron abilities, if I overheard Hugh Hefner, which is Arnold, correctly,
I don't even know if he put datacrons on. I haven't seen the video yet.
Fought was a CLS team, and he beat it.
And he got gas to his knees, R8 gas to his knees. He couldn't quite take it.
I missed that.
And that was just like early on. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I never can. So, and I think also they were shitly modded. You know, he just kind of goes in and doesn't know what the hell he's doing and just kind of does whatever. Yeah. So,
but however, if he can get that far, just from reading off the kit and how all the Phoenix's uniques work together, add Rexes on top of that, I can see it. If I can actually, maybe not a Lord Vader, but I can see it definitely beating a JML. Yeah, I think they're gonna have. If not beating it, it'll be a timeout. I think it's gonna be hard with Zeb and Kanan in there with Rex. I think this is gonna be a timeout team on defense at the very least.
You know what? Depending on how this Omicron works, would change my opinion due to him being a tank. Whether or not Kanan would warrant a Relic 9. Just a weird, way down the road thought.
I mean, what we're talking 80% health and protection every freaking turn.
And Logan says way down the road, like 3 weeks from now. That's what he means by that.
Next month when 5v5 comes back. Well, you can't use them until next time anyways.
But, like, depending where your roster is and what your GAC experience is, me personally, I don't ever see Jedi Master Luke on defense.
No. Ever. Only in 3v3, maybe in the back wall if someone tries to get cute and do...
definitely with this Datacron set, you'll probably see
mid-range, I've seen it.
And do Basti JML Watt. I've seen that in the back wall, and if you don't have a good counter for it, it is infuriating.
You can't get through it. You just can't plow through the extra purple protection.
Hopefully you saved your slicker and you can solo it, and if you didn't, then you're going to need to two-shot it.
So now that we've gone through the kit, we've revisited Phoenix, God bless them, dust their poor asses off. Let's get back in the fucking game. Let's go. Come on, Phoenix.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Does this change our opinion on what we talked about last week about possible GL options? Like, I feel like this changes something. And again, I'm going to mention, and with love and respect, Hugh Hefner of content creating Arnold because he wears that fucking robe when he does Whaler Fail, and he's like a SWGOH Hugh Hefner. Like when he does that, his stormtroopers need to be scantily clad. So that being said, where the fuck was I going with that?
What are speculation of GLs? Has it changed or not?
No, he had made a video where he 100% agrees that it's going to be Leia because Rebel Leia, which was easily farmable with if I remember correctly, Cantina currency, right? Like
Rolo?
No, not Rolo. Original Rebel Leia.
I think she's in one of the stores.
Yeah, she's in one of the stores. She's easily farmable, right?
Yeah.
She's a store character.
In the last update, they changed her to be in the same node as farming Zori Bliss.
Yes.
That, tinfoil hat time. I'm not putting a fucking tinfoil hat on, but, Arnold said it. I thought about it and went, that is interesting. What do you guys think on that? Like, where does Old Man Rex with this tag? Where is that putting our GL speculation?
Who's going first?
Still Leia for me.
I'm still on Leia.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But is it Rebel Leia, or is it fucking Resistance Mary Poppins through space?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I hope not. No offense to anybody who loves that, but
all I had to say was some Mary Poppins shit, and everybody went.
Hut Slayer. Give me Hut Slayer.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the counter to Jabba. She's the literal hard counter to Jabba.
Hey, you could
takes a chain out and throws it, and then just chokes Jabba, and he dies.
Yeah, you could put a bodysuit on her, but hey,
I'm right with both of you. If she's scantily clad like that and she's running around like fucking Kratos with chains and shit and choking out Jabba, I'm down.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I just don't see that happening.
No, definitely not.
No, unfortunately. But let's be honest. No matter which Leia it is, the princess deserves a GL.
I agree.
Our princess deserves a GL.
But now let me do why I think it could not be. Because what does the Phoenix have anything to do, or Captain Rex have anything to do with Leia? Like, I get the lore thing with the game, but it could also be in Ahsoka. We already have a Mando Ahsoka that's not in the game. And that Ahsoka is the same one that's going to be in the Ahsoka Fulcrum show coming up. So I could see that happening.
I think your GL Ahsoka is coming after the Ahsoka series.
All I'm saying is don't be mad if they throw you a curveball. Because they've been listening for how long, and everyone thinks it's Leia. And they might just give you Leia. But CG. And I'm with you guys. Leia deserves it. It's time that she has some spot, and I hope it is. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised if they throw you a curveball.
I appreciate your counterpoint, but I disagree.
See how I get treated around here.
This is also the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, so
which
I think it
was fucking awesome.
I think we're going to get General Leia Organa, who will be from the sequel trilogy. But they will have callbacks to her in Return of the Jedi, and Endor callbacks.
Oh, okay, so I guess the ultimate question is, what would the ultimate be for a GL? Either Ahsoka and or Leia. What would the ultimate be?
She fucking floats around the board saying a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine.
I mean, no. In all seriousness, what would we got Luke going into his older form. Would Leia do the same thing? Would we see a Jedi training Leia?
If she smacks somebody with a walker.
So, real quick.
Would we see her come out with her lightsaber at some point? Or, I don't know, she points a finger, Rey comes out from nowhere and just eliminates somebody like the Rancor does?
I don't know, man. It's a good question.
I mean, and then on the counterpoint, if it is Ahsoka, what would the ultimate be?
Yeah, because she already annihilates people, so I don't know.
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm saying. There's what is that second level of the GL?
But
this
that
is why I don't think we're gonna get the GL Ahsoka because we haven't got the show yet, and I think the development of Ahsoka in the show will give us more about what GL Ahsoka could be.
But what if
Yeah,
the
I'm with you. I think it's gonna be. I think we'll get GL Ahsoka next year.
or they time it perfectly with the release right when she's the most popular? Like they've never done that. I get that. Or they do that because it's coming out in like 2 months. So
They're gonna wait 6 months and they're gonna release GL Ahsoka and GL Thrawn and let you pick one or the other like they used to do with the GLs. That's my prediction.
They said they weren't doing that anymore.
that would be
Are they
fun though.
for
It's going to be one a year.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was too much blowback when we had it was Rey and Kylo, and then Luke and C,
JMK
and
and
then
LV.
JMK and Lord Vader all at the same time, and they were like, "No, we're done with that." That's why we only got Jabba last year. This year we'll get a Rebel GL because the Rebels need one, for crying out loud.
no, they do.
So regardless of whether
Any
it's
faction needs a GL right now. It's the fucking.
what was that?
If any faction needs a GL right now, it's the Rebels.
Yeah, the Rebels are one of the few that don't have it. I mean, they created a Hutt cartel, and we've only had one marquee character, which is Rex. So
So is it? Can we all agree right now that we think like her having the tag resistance
Out.
ain't gonna happen?
Out.
It's gonna be a Rebel Leia?
it's going to
Rebel.
be a Rebel Leia, whether it be Endor Leia, the version of Endor Leia, maybe that's her transition. Maybe it's Ewok Village Leia with the long, long braids and the outfit, and then her ultimate, she turns into
An attacker.
the attacker in the camo that takes out speeder bikes, right? Or vice versa. It could be either way.
Yeah, 'cause
Now-
she could be like a 3PO character until she does her ultimate, and then she could go
She
into like attack
supports she supports and then she turns into an attacker.
mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe
That would be interesting.
And maybe she doesn't do any annihilates, but she just ramps up her stats so much that it's just peace,
Be it like a rallying call, she gives everybody 40% offense up or something.
Now, if I remember the data mine correctly, there's 2 more marquees coming.
Yeah.
So
That
with
makes sense.
being said, back to referring to Hugh Hefner's video, something about Zori.
Or
He
Rex.
mentioned something about possibly Zori being a requirement, but I think that's a little.
I could see her
She's
being
been
a
out.
relic requirement, but
It
like
could
not
be.
one of the new ones, like just one of the ones that they make you get if people haven't gone for her yet.
Rex could also be a red herring.
I don't
could
think
throw a red.
so.
Rex
Yeah,
is
they've done this before where they throw in a character that's a marquee that boosts another team, and then they come out with 2 separate marquees and require, the unnamed rebels that we haven't touched yet.
That could be.
They've done that before. So if there's 2 marquees coming,
That
if Rex
could
is not one of them, if there's 2 more, I bet you those 2 are going to be required for Leia, and it's probably going to be General Leia or General Lando, and or Han.
I think it's gonna be Luke and Han. I think it's gonna be Luke and Han.
You think it's going to be Luke and Han?
Our new listener actually said something about a GL Lando, and I remember reading it and kind of went, "Oh yeah, I'll buy it. I'll go with it."
I said this last week, but my 2 picks are like General Han Solo from Endor and my favorite Celestin 9 Num. Those are my 2 picks.
That'd be cool too.
Oh, Nino. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So
I actually, we have too many Hans in the game, so I'm going to counter this real quick because I just saw chat and Jack Daniels is on par with us. I don't think it's going to be Han, but I do agree with Scout Trooper. We need Scout Trooper. He's been in this game, so one of the marquees will be Scout Trooper to help the Imperial Remnant out because we still have to fill out that squad.
That's a good point.
And then I believe, and I would say the other one would be Lando because we only have 2 Landos. We have 5 Hans.
I like
swear to
that.
God.
We have 2 Landos.
That's a good idea.
We have three Leias.
I swear
No,
to
we only have.
I'm going to go on a small rant real quick because if they put Scout Trooper in this fucking game, who's already been in the game because we've killed it before. And they don't, for just a minute, a hot second, like Bob. Remember when Paul and Nev, they were all over the Hondo thing?
Yep.
I want fucking Kalo Nord.
Who's that?
Oh,
get out of
you
here.
never
Go,
played.
Give us the card. Give us the card.
Yeah, go play KOTOR
Big
now.
Country, will you beat him mercilessly, please, for saying that? I like Bob. I love you.
I played him. I just didn't beat him.
I gotta figure out which window he's out of real quick.
Oh, I want.
You have to go over me and get to Bob.
I can put you over next to me if I need to.
Yep, there you go. You got him.
I'll act like a hand's coming around and hitting me in the head.
Here, let me do this for you.
I'll go like this.
And I'll extend it.
Hopefully I'm punching Bob and not you. I don't know.
No, you guys look like idiots.
I just gotta turn and go like this, and then we'll just continue it over.
Yvonne, it's your turn.
The last bit of news before we start to head on over to grab the shopping cart for Avant. The last piece of news that I heard that I wanted to mention, and again, I give credit where credit is due. I heard this on one of Zareth's episodes. He's been on the show. Good man. Check out his content. I love what Zareth does. Apparently something else was mentioned in the data mine about conquest simming.
Oh.
Yep.
Something was mentioned. I was at work. I was on a quick break. I checked YouTube real quick, saw it, scrolled through it, and then had to get back to work. So I don't know all the details, but apparently something like that was discovered. Holy shit, would that make people's lives a lot fucking easier.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I'm down.
Quick discussion on that. Is that you get to do that if you red box, or is that something you pay for?
I believe it's something you pay for.
How is CG going to approach this?
Here,
You're gonna pay for it.
buy this conquest pass, and we will give you the ability to sim 3-star nodes.
$80 for 10 free sim.
No. You can sim if you complete the sector. You can sim the treasure node.
It's gonna cost you. It's gonna be like $8 for 10 sims or something.
And won't that take away? I think that's mainly going to be used for datacrons, because don't you really want to manual things when you're grinding out stuff?
From the person who farms datacrons, yes, I would like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be mainly for.
No, I farm datacrons. When I'm in those treasure nodes, I want to hit sim 10 battles. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna pay for it. It's not gonna be free. They're gonna monetize it. I'm sorry, but they're gonna monetize it.
Yeah, it's CG here, folks.
If you're paying what are there 2 passes or still just the one $10
Two.
pass? There's 2 levels now.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to have the second level, and then you're gonna have to pay. It might be a third level or something where if you pay the $30 or $40 for it, then you can sim everything.
And I have told people this, and I will stand by this statement, and I hope Avant does too. That is the best $10 you'll ever spend in this game getting that pass.
it is the best $10, but I still have never bought it.
The best 10 you'll never spend.
I never, to be honest, I never cared that much about it.
You've never bought it. At least you fucking agree.
I do agree with you.
Agree.
If I wanted to spend $10, I would buy it, but I don't want to spend $10.
Sorry, bud.
Meanwhile, I just put old man Buckethead to fucking 7-star. Okay.
Also, another thing that was data mined is the ship presets are coming. It's only taken,
Yes, Bob.
9 months.
Yeah. So what do you know about that? What
Nothing.
Yeah,
Just that it was
Bob.
Nothing.
Nothing. Just that it was data mined.
Nothing. I don't know nothing.
Where am I?
Damn, I was giving you your moment, your segment. You're, hot off the press, Bob, the reporter. I don't know shit. Dude.
Wait, and were we supposed to get the Ravager and not the Leviathan?
Well, I think
yes.
I think they just flipped the capital.
They may flip it again. I don't. They won't.
Is anybody else sensing that this Leviathan event is not going to start after Malgus' ship is unlocked? Like they're going to let this sit for a little while longer?
No, they're gonna launch it as soon as Conquest ends. I
You
think.
think so?
They have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would they wait?
They're gonna
They
force
want
it. They're
to.
gonna throw a pack out. You're gonna have to pay for it, and then if you don't, then you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah. The only thing. Okay. They're gonna release it as soon as they can, as soon as this ship becomes available. Because next week, later in the week, they're gonna release the title update with the Zepho update with the Cal event. But they're not gonna do them both at the same time, I don't think. Or maybe they will. I don't know. But
Who's
they're
this
not gonna
Zepho?
wait. They're not gonna.
Everybody's so worried about this fucking Zepho update, and I'm telling you right now, this is a hot take. If I'm wrong, kill me in the comments. You are all getting hyped up for not much.
Who's Zepho?
I don't see a lot coming out of this. I really, Bob, what?
Who the
Bob?
fuck is Zepho?
That's the one planet from the
Were
Jedi.
you guys hitting him earlier? Can you do that motion again? Can you do the same thing, please? There we go.
I don't watch the stuff I don't need to watch. So
No. Okay. So they're adding a spot in.
which I knew
Rogue.
about. I knew about that. Yes.
That's Zepho. They pulled that. Zepho is the planet that you first visit in Jedi Fallen Order
Okay.
and get that whole game started. That's like one of the first levels you go to.
Okay.
And you unlock Zepho in Rote by beating the mission with Sarah Junda and Cal Kestis.
Yes.
And a certain number of your guild members need to beat that battle
No. Yeah.
to get to Zepho. And
And
apparently
Zepho has extra rewards. We don't know
it-
yet.
it's very hard to beat it with the current version of Cal. So people think that you're going to need Jedi Survivor Cal and Sarah Junda to beat that node.
Oh, believe me, I've tried it with the Cal we have and Seer, and I've yet to do it. It is fucking hard, and I've put God mods on them, and it's fucking
Yeah.
hard.
So is there another character tied to it? Like, what's the point?
No,
of
you
doing
get Cal and Seer, and that's it. You get
And
two
so-
films.
And that's what all the hype is about, is people want Jedi Survivor Cal because they want to beat this and get to whatever the possible rewards may be. And we have no idea what they're going to be.
It can't be
higher
a character, can it? Because there'd have to be a kit release for it.
Not
we don't know.
necessarily.
We don't know, but we're due for a road ahead at least next week.
It could be a character, it could be currency, it could be anything. We have no idea.
I mean, we're due for a road ahead. I think we're going to get the Cal Kestis kit, and it could be a very informative road ahead. It could be Cal Kestis kit, Leviathan kit, Zepho, what's going on in that. But I feel like for CG, that's showing a lot of their cards at one point when they could drag it out to make more money.
Well,
that's a lot of
here-
info on one road ahead.
their MO, the road ahead is going to inform us about the Cal event. It'll give us his kit. It'll let us know what's required, that kind of thing. It'll be the event breakdown, so to speak, and how often it comes back. Yes, we know the Leviathan is coming, but they're not going to drop two events at the same time because they won't make enough money doing that. So what's going to happen is the Cal event's going to happen. This conquest is going to end, and then they're going to announce when the Leviathan event is going to happen after that. So we got to get through Cal first before the Leviathan thing gets released. That's my thought, because that's how they've always done it.
But it all has to be soon. It all has to be released almost one
Now, it
after
might be-
another.
It might be one after another because they did that with the Jedi Knight Revan Malak, or the two Revans and the Malak. Right, as they did a light side Revan, and then said, "Oh, you're going to need both Revans for Malak," and then the Malak event hit.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I can see them doing that, something similar to that for the Leviathan,
But
because it's still the Leviathan is still locked for most of the group, most of the community that has not red boxed every single conquest.
in CG.
Let you buy the $10 pass.
But you still need to get Malak first before you can get the Fury unlocked.
That
If
is
you effed off on Malak or Malgus, no Malak, Malgus.
Malgus. Yeah.
If you effed off on Malgus because you didn't have the squad or the time to do it, which it'd be interesting to see how much of the community actually has him unlocked. The Fury is irrelevant because if you don't have Malgus, you don't have. What's the point of having the Fury?
Yeah, Big Country. We didn't ask you about that. Now that you're on it, what were your opinions on the Leviathan requirements?
They were foreseeable as far as the two relic nines kind of surprised me, but a little bit. But the way things have been creeping up and up and up, I'm not surprised completely. Uh, as far as the characters go, that was okay. The thing that I think that really kind of irked me a little bit was the conquest locked both the conquest locked ship. But the problem with that ship is even if you have it, you still need the character unlocked. So 2 conquest unlocks for 1 requirement, and then to drop 2 galactic chases right behind that was if you were free to play, they were basically telling you to F off. I mean, let's be real. The Darth Revan, the others, the Basties, all that stuff, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
You could, mine's still sitting at Relic 2, by the way.
That is the most honest fucking take I've heard.
Yeah, no, all of those basically it told me like if I wanted that, yeah, I'm screwed. I'm never gonna get it. 2 years. That's kind of that was one of the straws that broke my back. Where I'm just like, fuck this game.
Yeah,
Because
if you're unlocking Leviathan day one, you spend some money.
nobody free to play. I don't care how Bones, are you free? Yeah, I don't care how who you are. You have to spend 10 hours a day in this game doing conquest alone, and you're not going to do it free to play.
But there was no.
You're not.
But there was no true paywall. Like Avant, you red crate every time with no money spent. Are you going to be able to get this first time around?
No.
You're not.
No.
Okay.
No, because if you're spending your crystal refreshers on conquest, you're not going to be able to spend it on the ship drops for the galactic chases. Sorry, I'm just passionate about this. This kind of was, like I said, the reason I quit. It just pissed me off.
No.
As a free to play, I spent 6,000 crystals on each of the chases, which is 12,000 crystals that I could have used to buy signal data. And that is my bottleneck, is that I don't have enough signal data. And so don't apologize, Max. Like,
Yeah, you're not wrong, buddy.
I understand your frustration. And I'm not going to get it first time around, but I've accepted that I'll get it when it comes back the next month or maybe the third month. And I don't know. I'm going to lose some GAC matches because of it, and it is what it is.
Crafting Way brought up a really good point. It's the chases that killed people.
Mm-hmm. That's what drained my resources.
What's that? 10, 11,000 crystals for 2 ships? You have to be.
Yeah, but the drop rates were so hard. You needed like 25k crystals to do it.
No, so here's the bigger problem is that
that's the thing. I know some people had some really horrid drop rates. I felt like mine were. I put them both to 7-star. And
Mags, did you hoard ship energy?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did, and I think I got them both to 6, and it was like that, and then I ran out, and then it was done. But I mean, on the side note too, though. But the thing for me, the biggest thing for me for the Leviathan, not that I was expecting to get it first time up. Don't get me wrong, but knowing how the proving grounds also is kind of another kind of one of those straws too, right? So the proving grounds was designed to be was said to be designed to be a catch-up mechanic.
Right.
Try to catch up on that TIE interceptor. I still can't 3-star that, and I've thrown everything I have at it. I've 1-starred it once.
Yep, that's the one I'm farming as well.
I can't.
Now the other one I can 3-star all the time, no problems. But if it's supposed to be a catch-up mechanic, it's supposed to be if I'm throwing 3 GLs at it, I should beat it at least 2 stars. And I'm not saying it should be easy. Don't get me wrong. There should be a puzzle to it. But the way they have that thing tuned, unless you have Lord Vader or some other god, one of the god GLs, you're never going to pass it. Or a specific team that's farmed up for that specifically. Yeah. That's where it starts. When they start programming stuff to lock people out if they don't have specific things, it annoys the hell out of me. I should be able to go in with any team. It beat me up, but I should have at least a chance to try and beat it if I could play things right.
Yeah. I think a GL should give you a chance.
Yeah, but even I threw JML gets stomped in 30 seconds.
Proving grounds is one of the worst things ever implemented. In this game, the older characters should be easier to farm, right? As things progress. Where proving grounds actually makes those characters like they're aging like fine wine, like they're getting harder and harder to farm as it goes down through the process. You know, actually
fine wine. I like that.
Yeah, I'm with you, folks. I don't have a problem spending 6 months to get a character that I didn't grind the hell out of Conquest for because I don't care for Conquest. I'll spend the 6 months doing it, but you got to give me a chance to do it, and I'm not going to spend 2,200 crystals for 40 shards when there's other characters in the shop I can buy that same amount and get them almost, get twice as much.
And the other thing is we've seen this before. I mean, the cadence is kind of following the norm. We had the profundity, then Jabba, and everybody was drained. Everybody was wiped out. Resources were exhausted. And then it was, who really got Jabba? As Nev would say, tip of the spear. That's
I think that's the other thing that kind of started drawing me and finally just, like I said, broke my back is when they're to me, it went back as far as the Inquisitors, right? Oh, you can't do this event unless you have the new shiny.
Yep.
Okay, now you're locking me out of that. I'll get over that. Whatever. I don't care for the Inquisitors. I can work on them. I'll get them eventually. But then it's, now you need Hut Cartel to get all this special stuff in Smuggler's Run 2, and you need Jabba to do it. So now you're forcing me to go to a GL when I can't play the game I want to be playing. I don't, whatever. But you start locking people out, and eventually they're just going to have enough.
I agree, and I think the game's in the worst position it's ever been.
And
it's like it's almost they're like it's before it was kind of under the gun, right? They were like, free to play have a chance at getting here, right? But now it's just blatant: spend money or you're not moving forward.
Well, all right.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, that's what they're doing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, I agree with you, brother. I'm not disagreeing at all. It's just my dumb ass is still playing it. So
I love Star Wars. I hate it. It breaks my heart to have to do this. I love this game. I love Star Wars. You know me, Bones. I mean, fuck. But I haven't logged in for over a week now because I just could not take it anymore. It was too toxic for me.
Yeah, no, I agree, man.
But we also love how you haven't played the game in a week and you were telling Bob things he didn't know.
That's true, but like I said, I still keep. I can't play it. Yeah, I can't play it.
You're keeping our Bob centered.
I'm kind of like that announcer in baseball, right? Or the old quarterback. I'm the Madden, right? I can't play the game anymore.
He just hit a home run. Goddamn, right down the left field line.
I can't play the game anymore, but I could talk about it. Yeah. I could tell you things.
I don't know how I'm in Kyber 3, guys. I'm just there. I don't know. But
better luck in the good, I always say.
So that go ahead, Bob. What do you got?
Well, no, just what do you guys want to talk about next? Because I do have a few things, just random things in the game I would like to talk about. But go ahead, whatever you're saying.
No, because I was this is that time where we go through some random things, and we're gonna let Avant grab his shopping cart. So what do you got? What's pressing on your mind in game?
Well, before this, I do have a few things we got tagged in the chat. I wanted to say real quick.
Go ahead.
And this is going way back a few conversations we had, but it's way behind the chat, but we've been tagged in it. So Crystal asks, what about a GL Chewbacca with an ultimate of him and Han Solo together hyper-powering their blasters? Would you guys think Chewbacca could be a GL eventually?
I think it was the way you rapidly said Han and Chewie hyper-powering something just took my... it's the juvenile spirit in me, and also being former military, where we just anything you said in the Army, we just fuck with you about. So I'm going to let the rest of the panel take that while I try to digest what that statement really meant.
Hold on, I want to add to this because
no offense to who wrote it, but dude, rephrase some shit. Know your audience. Know the hosts.
It was our new friend Crystal. This is her first day here, so she doesn't know. She's getting to know us.
You might as well have said hyper plow. Right? That's where that went. Okay,
but there likes to be a disclaimer,
But what's funny? What's funny is farther down the chat, she reiterates and she goes, like a summonable Han Solo or a summonable Chewie. That isn't an ultimate if they do a GL Han or Chewie.
What is what is her name? I'm not looking.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Crystal. Please let us know what your GP is. We'd like to know how long you've been playing the game. But as for her comment,
I do want to say she has an R9 Lobot. She mentioned, so she's doing pretty good for herself.
Beg your fucking pardon?
Yeah, and it's with her CLS team. She said in her main. She said to her main account, so she knows what she's doing.
She's the Baron administrator of this facility.
Yeah, she's got something I don't. I don't even have Lobot in relics. No.
I have a Relic 5 Lobot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, for rote platoons.
Did you lose a bet? Oh, for platoons. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say, did you lose a bet?
Hey,
did you draw the shortest straw and that kind?
Who's gonna be laughing when it's a requirement for GL Leia?
hey, I have a Relic 8 low gray, so there's that.
Steve Avant, you shouldn't have said that to me.
I would say no to a GL Han. To kind of circle back a little bit, I'd say no to a GL Han or Chewie just because we have way too many of them in the game right now.
Like
I
love
kind of agree with that. I agree.
I love Avant, but motherfucker knows I spend money, and he just brought that up. That's
Old man, you can
that's
wait.
Make me nervous now.
You can wait. You can wait. It's okay.
I want GL Darth Jar Jar.
I'm gonna have
That'll bring me back to the game. If Darth Jar Jar comes in the game, I will come back full force.
You don't know this, but you just triggered Logan so hard.
Oh no, I know it did.
Lobot, dude.
I want the Gungans and Darth Jar Jar being the lead Gungan. And I will come back to the game.
I was just about to ask. Schwartz asked what Mags would have to do to come back.
No, I'm not even gonna dig into that shit.
Good.
Yes, synergy.
Fucking Gungans. Yeah. These are so fucking stupid.
Brill says that fellow guildmate of me and Avance says that he has an R7 Bodhi Rook. So, and I think he tried to correct it because he said Bodhi Room, and he corrected it and said Room again. So
he did.
God damn you, autocorrect.
That pesky fucking spell check, that'll get you every time.
Go home, autocorrect. You're drunk. Which is weird because chat does not have autocorrect. So what are you doing?
You want to type lunch and it goes to lump, and you're like, no, I want to fucking lunch. You know?
Hey, we're the ones drinking here. We're the ones supposed to be slurring.
Exactly.
What I hate is mine changes a real word to a word that's not real. And that's just my autocorrect. You know, that's just my world. But okay, so anyways,
autocorrect
tends
to put words that you've used in the past. So what are you typing?
Fuck.
So Bob brought up one thing that was nagging him, that was on his mind about the game. I'll say one thing that I want this fucking Leviathan event to hit soon because I am so fucking sick of profundity mirror matches. They're driving me insane. They're driving me nuts. I want my crystals. I don't like everybody's getting their ships and higher relics, and it's just becoming more of a pain in the ass. And I want a new capital ship that's just gonna throw it around the room and be done with it. Like
I've always been top of the fleet arena, like for a long, long time. So I'm looking forward to it so that I can get to the top and get these other stragglers out of here who are bothering me, dropping me down. And
are you in a Shard Mafia?
Yeah, but it's very inactive, and that, my opinion, may be an unpopular one, but I think if you go for something that you should be able to, like, if you're going to go for the new hotness, it should be the new hotness. It shouldn't be able to be beaten by Executor. Like, the people who have Executor and like just unlocked it and are just climbing up into my fleet arena, like, no, get out of here. I have a 7-star Executor and a 7-star Profundity. They have no reason flirting with top 5, top 10.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. After having to have 2 Relic 9s and 2 Galactic Chases, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a little bent when I get Leviathan day one, and this shit's getting smoked by Executor. I'm gonna be a little pissed off.
Same.
Well,
I
get
hate
ready.
to inform you, but the Mace fleet will kill it.
With resistance ships.
Yeah, the Mace fleet with resistance ships is going to be off meta and take it out.
That would be
I
hilarious.
think I'd rather have Jar Jar in the game. Fuck, that sucks.
You heard it here first, folks.
Right?
Hey,
That's the hottest fucking take in the history of this show. I just said I'd rather have.
I've been watching Executor and Thrawn take out, or Executrix and Thrawn take out Executors, depending on the lineup.
Oh yeah, Scythe.
And they will take out both Profundity and the Executor
Iden
with
and the
older
Interceptor.
fleet.
Yep.
Yeah, the Defender and the Interceptor, depending on how you use them, will take out those fleets.
Yeah.
And then fleets just comes down to RNG. I can't tell you how many times I've watched Ranger fail against an Executor with Profundity because he wasn't getting RNG.
Yeah, that's infuriating. It's happened to me too.
They get the dodge, or even the mirror matches. You get, or they get dodges. You don't. You can't have a skill based game with RNG that bad in it. That's like saying Yahtzee is a skill based game.
Negotiator is the worst RNG ship mirror match in the world.
Only in your mind, Bones. Only in your mind.
It gives me nightmares every time I see one. I'd rather see a fucking Executor over a Negotiator. So going back to your mirror matches, Logan, Jack D. Nell says in the chat that mirror matches are a joke with TIE Bomber as your first reinforcement. Have you tried that?
No.
Yes, I've done it.
TIE Bomber is in my lineup in Fleet Arena, but it's that. Sometimes it's that initial move, like if you get first turn and they dodge twice and get bonus protection, and then one of your ships die, you're like, well, fuck this attempt.
It's RNG with who assists and who dodges, and then
yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
it's
all a dice roll.
Annoying.
And if you get assists, sometimes the no assist just like burns my. It makes me so mad.
It's Executor Mirror 2.0.
It is the profundity mirror match is so just I hate it. It's yeah.
Jack claims it does not matter as long as you have the TIE Bomber.
I actually agree with Jack. I will, if my match is going south, I will call that in, and it stops all the assists. It works very well.
Yeah, because Rebels can't assist with Flame.
And they're all instantly inflicted with burn, and they cannot resist it because they're Rebels. It's great.
Yep. It's a good counter.
I don't even use two of my ships, so I might as well do that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it kind of works like the pita bread during the executive counters. If you threw that in there, then everybody gets chaff, and you just completely lock them out of getting target locks.
Yeah.
And it just shuts them down. It's the same with the bomber. So there's ways around it.
It's a solid theory craft, but it dismantles your Empire fleet if you
that's the downside.
If you need your Empire fleet.
But something
if you don't.
It's great for arena. It's great for arena. Throwing bomber in there, pulling off the bench right off the bat. It's great for arena. You'll never fail You will never fail a mirror match.
Agreed. All right, Bones, what else you got?
When it comes to GAC, though, you got to start thinking wiser.
Okay. All right, folks. It is that time to grab the shopping cart.
All right.
Because Avant has this segment of thrift shopping with Avant, and I'm on board with every topic he does, but I think this one is good too. So for all of you that are, early mid game, this may help you. So Avant, floor is yours, brother.
Okay, so this week's segment is going to be on mod shopping. So a lot of people farm mods from the mod store. Personally, I don't do that. I only farm mod slicing materials from the mod stores with my mod energy, and I buy mods from the actual mod store. And I'm going to just quick go over like my strategy and how I think it's effective and how it works for me. And I'd love to hear feedback from you guys in the Discord server. If you agree or disagree, please be civil and let me hear what you have to say. But what I do, I'll go into the mod store. And so you can think about mods in like two categories. You have 4 set mods and 2 set mods. So the 2 set mods require 2 mods to get the set bonus. Like examples would be health, potency, tenacity. And then your 4 set mods are going to be things like offense, speed, crit damage. And so the most valuable mods to get are the 4 set mods because it's harder to get the complete set, right? So I always target those if they're available. So I only will buy mods if they are gold mods or purple mods because you can buy the blue or green mods or gray mods, but gray mods are ill-advised. But the cost to slice them and get them up to different or higher levels is just too much in my opinion. It also depends on where you're at in the game. But personally, I'll only buy gold or mods. And so you always want to target either offense, crit damage, or speed mods because those require four mods to get this set bonus. And then you're going to look for mods with either a 5 speed secondary or like a speed primary arrow. Or if you're looking for a specific arrow like a crit avoid or a defense or a health or protection, depending on the character. Like if you're looking for a specific type of mod, then you could get that type of arrow mod if it has a 5 speed secondary. And so I always look for those. And generally, I have like a happy amount of currency or ship currency that I'm looking for. And I will buy mods with currency and ship currency until I get down to that amount. And then I'll stop buying and then I'll just refill my amounts. And then I'll buy more mods. And then once you get those gold and purple mods, you level them up. And if they have more than everyone has a different threshold. If you get them to level 12 and they have 10 or more speed, it's a good one to keep. If it's less than that, then you sell them and you just keep buying more, keep leveling them up.
Hold on.
But
as a 7 or 8 million now GP, don't go to like 6 or 7 speed. Anything below 7 speed. Because like I have a lot of 7 speed that I still use for some characters.
And
so this is yeah, I'm with Mags here. It should be 10 or more.
Yeah,
And
I believe if you're not at a certain speed threshold, your ass is getting sold.
Well, but what if you can't meet those thresholds? Like
then sell it and try again.
Sell it, try again.
Yeah.
Mods is a number game.
I need you guys to do my mods for me.
Oh, the more you do, the more you're going to get it. It's all a numbers game.
My game actually hurts from more often than not, my opponents outnumber me in better mods. Mods is something that I didn't pay very close attention to. I am now. My numbers have increased over the past 6 months to a year that I've paid a lot more attention because I farm them now.
Right.
I never really used to farm them. I just got them through assault battles or this or that and then upgraded and and I basically bought mods to the mod store.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Avant's time. Let him continue.
Sorry.
So in my opinion, the sets that you should always look for that will be versatile across the most characters are going to be speed and offense. Crit damage has gone kind of by the wayside since relics, and offense has become statistically more important than crit damage because of relics and also because of some of the kits and how they have crit immunity built into them. So flat offense is going to be better. And speed is always king. So look for speed sets with good speed secondaries. Don't be like Bones. Don't buy ones with 3 or 4. Always 5.
You're buying mods with 3 or 4 speed secondaries.
I'm going to second the speed set with speed secondary, regardless of what it is. is golden. The offense, I would look primarily for. I'm just going to shift you a little bit. The flat offense is fine for characters that aren't relic. Offense percentage is what you want.
Yes, and so when I say offense, I mean offense set,
Okay.
not statistic. Not
That's
the
I agree with
statistic.
speed and offense sets. Yeah.
And so the important stats that you're looking for, if you're really going to nitpick the stats, are going to be the percentage-based stats. So percent health, percent offense. Protection is character dependent. It's not that awesome. And then also, when you're in the mod store, like kind of the golden mods that jump out at me are the crosses. And the crosses, it's going to depend on who the character is, but you want to look for, like, let's say it's a potency set. If you can get a potency mod with a potency primary on a cross, that is awesome.
Absolutely.
And
100%.
so
That was kind of my rule of thumb, was if the set matches the primary, and because you're never going to get the set with the primary and a secondary, but if you can match a secondary stat with the primary stat, that helps it. That's golden. And yeah, I do agree. Nothing but gold. The other ones are just a waste of resources.
I will buy purple ones if the secondary stats that show are good and there's good speed, like
If
5 speed.
secondaries are something that I'm specifically looking for and it has a 5+ speed, yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
That's the only reason.
Now with micro attenuators, if you don't get the right rolls, but your other secondaries are good, you can re-roll them, and it's worth taking the risk, because sometimes you could sacrifice 4 or 5 speed to get an extra, like, I don't know, 3 or 4% potency or tenacity or whatever you're looking for. And so sometimes those mods are good. And some of the characters now, speed doesn't rule, like Cal.
Very few.
Zero.
Very few.
It's very situational dependent.
More often than not, you are not gonna, like, whenever I've used an attenuator and a speed secondary got put down, I went, oh no, cancel that shit, like right now. No. I think
But
that's
yeah,
But it's very
Right.
anymore. It's character dependent, right? Before, it's the general rule of thumb, though. To just lead off you, the general rule of thumb is if there's a speed secondary, it's gold. Anything over 5 speed secondary, and it's a gold mod, it's worth it, because you can. What that gives you 10 rolls. Oh no, it gives you 5, right? 5 or 6, because you go through the 5 levels of the gold.
you get 4.
You got 1 to 6E, and then you got 5 and 6E, right?
You get 3, 6, 9, and 12. And then once you get it up to 12, you take it to 15 and you don't get another roll on your stats. And then going to 6E gives everything +1. And then every time you slice up from there, you get another roll. So another, like, 4 chances, I think.
You know,
that's 9 chances to boost your speed. And
Mhm.
I've seen speed go well. If it starts at 5, you can go well. You can hit 30 easily. With 9 chances to get it.
There was somebody in our chat that said that they were up to spending close to 100 micro attenuators to get a speed secondary to where they wanted it.
If it doesn't do it in the first 2 slices, stop.
It's
never going to happen.
You're lucky if I go past the first one.
Yeah, I do 1 and maybe 2 if it's like
maybe 2 if it's something I really need.
If it has other good stats. But yeah, to sum it up, you want to, in the mod store, you want to look for offense sets, speed sets, and you want to look for mods that are purple or gold with 5 speed, and things that you're interested in for whatever character you might be looking for. So
now a quick question on your topic. Let's say you're in the store and you happen to see a blue one, or a white or a blue one that has a 5+.
Pass.
Well, let me throw a little caveat to that. While you may pass, more often than not, if it's a blue mod, people are going to have more potential resources to upgrade that mod at blue than they would at purple and gold. So with a blue +5, I buy them because I have a little bit more of an excess of that material to take that chance.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper, that might not be a bad decision for people to make if it's blue with a +5, because it's, if you hit it, then it's purple, and then you could try again. Maybe more expensive, but you've already got something to work with.
The problem I have with that is that you need to have enough of the mod slicing materials, and it depends how much you have. If you have enough, then it's fine. If you don't, then there are other things that you could be using those resources on.
Mhm.
So it really depends. It depends on how many of those they look like little USB chips. I don't remember what they're called.
They actually really do. Yeah, they do.
Is that it?
No, the
Avant? Is that all for thrift shopping?
That we are done thrift shopping with Macklemore.
No, the Macklemore, yeah, good reference. No, the mod store, I hit that daily. I look at that. If I see something that's appealing, again, I don't buy it unless it has 5+ secondary speed. That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't even touch it.
Well, you're gonna get to a spot where your mods you're bouncing off the limit in and of itself. And right now, I'm selling all health mods. I don't even care what's on it. I just don't have the space.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. The mod store may be a little tighter for players right now. Also considering where some of that, currency comes from. We got a lot of ships coming up. And ship currency is not easily replenished.
Harder to replenish for sure.
Yeah. So, and is it just me? Or every time you see a mod in that fucking store and it's juicy, you need ship currency for it? Like every fucking time?
I've got 500 million ship currency and over 1.1 billion regular currencies. So
you are a hoarder.
I completely represent that fact. Yeah.
I really want you to make a donation to Avant, Bob, and myself.
Oh, I would if I could.
They need to revamp that.
I would split my credits between all three of you.
Thanks, buddy.
You could have them all.
I do think they need to revamp the gifting system. I think they need to include some more things you can send. It doesn't have to be game breaking, but they need to include a few more things, including gold. Because
I totally agree with what Bob is saying. Absolutely.
I mean, put a limit on it, but you can trade currency through any other game ever made. Yeah. If it's PvP, or if it's not PvP, if it's multiplayer, you could trade currency left, right, and center.
Yep. So real quick, the first time chatter XSV5150. First of all, thank you for coming by. Hope all is well.
Whoa. Say that again.
XSV5150, which I guess that means he's crazy, right? 5150
LV426 from Aliens. Is that what I got? That's what that is? That's cool. There's a lot of numbers in that shit, but okay.
I don't know.
What's their comment and or question?
X-Ray Sierra Victor 5150.
Don't
Charlie,
ask Bob.
Sierra Tango Oscar November. Yeah.
Don't ask Bob Roman numerals.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Fucking Avant, he totally remembered that shit too. That was great. Like, it's VI. Bob, for Christ's sake, dude. We love you. We do.
So he clarified that XSV stands for excessive and 5150 stands for crazy, which I did know that. I figured that out. But he asked, towards Avant, what nodes do you farm specifically when you're farming the mod upgrade materials?
Yes.
All of them. No, there's two I think you should farm.
Yeah, there's two. Let me pull the game up and I'll tell you exactly. Give me...
I think it's the last two, I think, because I do the last one.
So it is Mod Battle 9. I will do 9C and 9D.
I think that's the ones I do. It's the last of the regular materials, and then the next node is like, I don't know, I'm not on there either.
There's two nodes that at the end that give you like some of the like purple and gold higher level mod materials. Yeah. But I will do 9C because that gives you the things that take you to 6E,
Yes,
and
that's
then
yeah.
and then also 9D because it gives you the little gold pulse modulator things, as well as the what are they? Circuit breaker modules, which allow you to go from 6E to D to C to B to A.
Yeah, those are the only two that I think are bottlenecks. Would you agree?
Yeah, those are the things I need the most of, and those are the.
Yeah,
And
like
I just kind of I'll farm like C 9C for a week, and then I'll farm 9D for a week. I just kind of alternate between the two.
All right, so we had Conquest. Woohoo! Everybody's favorite mode. Hopefully, we get to sim some of this shit soon.
You're welcome, XSV. By the way, the reason we had a little bump there, chat didn't hear us, but Bones is the one streaming, and there's storms out there, so it just kind of glitched for a second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for all sticking around too. By the way.
No, we appreciate it. Absolutely. So I know, Big Country, you haven't played for a week, so you're not obviously haven't taken Conquest too hard.
As far as well, okay, so I really didn't give two flying pigs about Conquest. I would do my minimum, do my energy, and not refresh it because Datacrons suck. They trust me. I was in the Navy. I know what sucks, and Datacrons suck. Hardcore. They ruined the game for a lot of people, and they're just they've gotten better. I'll give you that. They've gotten better, but again, that's another thing that if you don't have them, you're getting pushed farther behind. And if you don't have the time, which at the time I didn't have time to put into Conquest to spend that amount of time in game. So a lot of the guys that couldn't spend that amount of time in game because real life got pushed farther and farther and farther behind.
Yeah.
And it's the reality of the situation. Datacron, for as much, and I'm going to step on a little soapbox here, and sorry, I've been drinking. You invited me, so you're getting this.
You're good, brother. You're in
a cantina. That's what you do.
I mean, for crying out loud, if you don't have the Datacrons, you're sucking, right? For as much as CG was talking about balancing this game with Omnicrons and whatnot to lift up other characters and other squads to be viable, then you turn around and it was a week later we get Datacrons and it throws the loop out the door. They're like, we want balance, but no, fuck that. Pay for this and you forget the balance.
It's like a cheat code.
It's like if I don't pay for it, I lose.
Yep.
In either time or money. It's time or money investment, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have the time or the money, bye, Felicia.
You got to buy the Game Genie. That's what you got to do.
Where's my Game Genie, damn it?
Yep.
He said fucking Game Genie. That's awesome.
I love those things, man.
He said Game Genie. Fuck yeah. That makes me feel so old.
My game's not loading.
I thought that was a cart for a minute.
I do have somewhere in my, to say my age, I do have Nintendo cartridges still floating around the house.
I have some.
Well, they were reliable. You could blow into them. They worked. With CDs, you get 3 scratches and it's gone.
Oh yeah.
I miss those. I miss those days. So what else? What else we got? I have another question to ask.
No, hold on. We didn't go around the room for Conquest. So that was Big Country on Conquest. How have you approached this Conquest? How are you doing on Datacrons? Are you taking them seriously? What do you got? And are you going to get Malgus' ship?
Bob?
Oh, I thought you were talking to Avant.
No, I was. I said Avant. You.
Oh, you said Avant. I missed it.
Bueller. Put your phone down.
So I'm at the gold box, which is the one before Red Crate. I need 100 more key cards. I'll have it by the end. And yes, I will have Malgus' ship unlocked at the end of this. And for the Datacrons, let me pull up my collection here. Let's see. I have 11 Datacrons that are level 3 or higher, all with the health protection stat. And I have a 12th Datacron that's a level 0 that I just haven't touched yet because GSE lock already happened. And I have a level 9, a level 8, and a level 4. And the rest of them are at level 3. And my level 9 is the Sith Trooper. My level 8 is the Old Republic. And I'm going to roll it to get Bastila.
Which
That's my
segues
plan.
into me.
How many of the juicy level 3s do you got? And
All of them.
how are you looking at
All of them.
how many of those are you using in GAC?
All of them.
All out.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's the answer I expected. Now, Avant comes where we ask Bob, where we're probably going to have to start doing this again.
You're not actually, because when he said,
Bob, your conquest Datacrons, because I've watched plenty of your GACs, and I just go, dude, why don't you have more?
Why do you have 3 Datacrons?
Dude, if there was ever a set for you to go hog fucking wild, and level 3 is cheap.
yeah.
They're not that expensive.
Yeah.
If there was ever a set for you to go,
Well, don't yell at me yet.
This set.
Don't yell at me yet, because this is the most I've ever farmed Datacrons. But conquest-wise, I've got it down pat. I'm comfortable with how I do it. I get to the 4th to the last chest, which is right before what? Silver? Bronze? I don't fucking know. I get it every time, and I'm comfortable with it because I know how to farm it after it's out of there and all that, and I'm happy with it. So I've gotten that done a long time ago, a couple of days ago. So I've done nothing but farm Datacrons, okay? So I can't show you right now. I should have pulled it up to show you, but I got one in particular, a level 9 Bastila.
Yes, and you were.
So I had some questions about that.
You overspent.
Yeah.
You should keep it.
So
This set, from what I know, you don't have to go above level 6.
well,
You really don't.
here's my thing though. Here's my thing is I Leviathan's what I'm going for. She'll be my next Relic 7, so it might take a week or two to get it there, but we'll have it for a while. So it's not a big problem, right? I wanted to get it, but my thing is, what do I do with him? Because I don't have an account like your guys's. I don't have a lot of great. The Old Republic, I do have Relic. Canderous is in Mandalorians.
Use it for the base stats, man.
So like how do
Use the stats.
some people in the Discord were talking like the only thing I could come up with is Bastila, Led, JML, Revan, Jolie, and Hoda. What do you guys think?
What are the stats on it?
Can you guys? I don't have it pulled.
I'll pull it up.
Pull it up.
Hold on.
What are the base stats on it?
It just give me.
Regardless, don't worry about the level 3 or level 6 or whatever.
It's
What
a
are
level
the
9.
base
But
Yeah, can I?
Right, but what are the base stats on it?
Yeah, can I get a look? See, like, what literally?
Bon-
Does it have protection? Does it have health steal? What is it?
Yeah,
Bones,
the
did you,
health steal
did you put it
dodge,
on
but-
Sith Lords or on Cantina?
I think it was the Cantina. But I didn't post the actual thing. I just posted the level 9 part. Hold on, I gotta figure out how
Yeah,
to
see, level 9 is character specific, so unless you have the character at that
I
Oh
did.
yeah,
level,
you only
regardless,
put the level 9 part. You're right.
But I do have it. That's my point. So what do I do with it at that point?
What's the whole thing though?
I know I don't know how to pull blue stacks up here.
If you don't have the team behind it, then there's no point, right? Then it depends on what the base stats are. So the base stats are all the ones on the left-hand side. So if it's protection or health steal or damage or whatever the case may be,
Yeah, Max is right here.
then you can use it. You can use those. You can use crons with any team that's at that level.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I've used in the past. I've used Wampa cron or what was it, Hondo crons with dash because I mean that's a bad thing. That's the only two characters I can think of. But be it a Hondo cron, I used it with CLS because of the the crit damage or the hell steal or something else percentage wise that was on there.
Yeah,
And that's the thing,
Snap
especially at that level, you want to set teams where if you're going to set it on defense,
Or I've used
you want it at that appropriate relic level to be able to use it.
Or I've
And
used dark
especially
side with Slacker or light side with Momo, depending on the situation.
And this set, that level 3, with that extra bonus protection and health, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
anymore.
we're
That's
being
that.
introduced to this in 3v3. Wait till 5v5 happens.
I'll give Datacrons that. The only thing that is their saving grace is I can use them with any team, and it's not necessarily character specific.
Exactly.
However, the character specific ones, if you have that character at those levels, slap. Plain and simple. If you don't have it, you can kick rocks. But you can still use Datacrons regardless of who they're slated for.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can't even read it. Hold on. I'm doing this on a whim. I'm also doing it so everyone else can see it. Possibly. I don't know.
That should be good enough. So you got...
So here's the first 6 levels.
Are you sharing your screen? Because I'm not seeing it.
No, it's on stream. So I'll read it to you. He's got level 1, 17% health steal. Level 2 is 42% defense. Level 4, 65 defense. Level 5 is 82.6 offense, or 8.26 offense. Keep going.
Just a second, sorry.
You got 70% health steal, 76% health steal for level 8. And then level 9 is Basti. So you got 70, 140. Scroll up, Bones.
But here's my thing. I'm not worried about the stats. I just want to know what to do with Bastila Shan. I have her.
You got
You know,
Bones. I would put that with any team that is freaking hitting. That would go awesome on a CLS team with 150% health steal. Are you freaking kidding me?
I would put that with Ray, but I don't think you have Ray.
No. So don't even
Yeah,
put,
but
don't
he's
even
got-
put it on Bastila then.
Levels, yeah, I wouldn't even worry about Basti because you got level 8 is 76% health steal. You got level 70 is 70% health steal, and level 1 is like 15% health steal. The defenses can F off. And
Like,
you got minute defenses, or you got what? You got 100% defense and 8% offense.
like Bob, for instance.
I put that, I put that on a team that I put that on JMK on defense. That amount of health steal and that defense.
So
We're talking 100% defense and 150% health steal. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, Bob.
I don't care if it's for Basti or not. She can F off. That goes on.
Bob, you don't have Lord Vader yet, do you?
No.
Oh, that'd go good on a. Yeah, that'd go good on a
That would
Lord
be
Vader.
so annoying on Lord Vader.
Which CLs do you have?
Jabba, JMK, and JML.
Oh fuck! Put that on Jabba.
Yeah.
So why not Bastila led JML with
Because she
mostly
sucks.
Old
Just
Republic?
Put it on Jabba. The
Because
amount of health steal.
the stat bonuses outweigh the bonus that Bastila will get.
Yeah. So
Sure it does.
so that level 9. Let's see. That level 9 says at the start of battle you get fit. Oh, that's just her leadership.
Yeah, it's her leadership without being in the leadership.
But it only applies to Old Republic.
Yeah. So that's only Old Republic, which is unfortunately a sucky team.
But I can have
However-
I can have 3 Old Republic in a JML team.
Right, but if you put 150% health steal on a Jabba squad, the amount of damage they put out, they will never drop below 100% health. Period.
And the defense will make them so hard to kill.
Yeah, that would stop anybody in their tracks, regardless of its Basti.
And
You're
Bob,
focusing too much on the character.
Yeah, and Bob, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Here's the other thing. I like, for instance, where I'm at. I have 22 Datacrons of this set. 8 of them are level 9. I don't have that many tunes of what this set is to even be effective. What I do is I try to put as many to level 9 as I can, readjust their secondaries to what I want a specific team, depending on what level 3, what their faction is. That's what I focus on. Like, I've got 2 different teams for Sith that have ridiculous defense.
Once
You
you
know
take
what
the
you know
Datacron
what I
level,
just realized? I'm sorry. I gotta stop in here. I just had a thought. Bones, if you had that damn Phoenix squad with Rex up, that Datacron would be freaking creamy with
Well,
that health.
yeah, yeah.
The amount of times you are going to assist. Think of that, guys. 150% health steal on a Rex led or a Hera led Phoenix squad with
And
Rex.
how often he's going to use his basic?
That team is unkillable. No,
and
you laugh. No, think about that.
must
150%
use
health
Trey.
steal with the
Must
amount
use
with 80% protection and health recovery each turn, and 150% health steal, and on top of that, the amount of assists that are going to be going on that team, unkillable. That
I'm
is a
not even.
timeout team if I've ever seen one.
I'm not even going to front and bullshit. I didn't even think of that till he just said it.
Slacker wouldn't even be able to touch that. He won't ramp quick enough before the timer runs out.
So,
Changed my mind.
Yeah, a full Relics Phoenix squad with Old Man Rex with this Datacron set, and primarily with defensive secondaries. Ouch! Good luck.
So
Yeah,
Jabba then.
GL on defense, you win. Period.
So Jabba then.
Jabba, put it on Jabba.
Okay.
That's what I do. If Bones, if I were you, I'd slap that sucker
No,
on.
I would slap that on Jabba and make that somebody else's problem.
Yeah. Jabba, put him on defense.
The only issue with that is in 3v3 with Jedi Master Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Mace. Quick ultimate, they take out Boosh, and it's over. Like, that's kind of what you're looking at. But
that's about the only thing that you might be able to take it
that's
out with.
it. That's it. You're
you
effectively
run
going to take one of their best legends off the board.
I don't know. If you're running Jabba, Chrysanthemum, and Boosh with that Datacron,
No, I agree with that, but with
you only get the one elimination, but then you're going to be stuck on Jabba. I've seen too many times. Even Ranger did it this morning. He almost timed out on Jabba.
even after
You're talking only an extra minute of life because of the hell steal.
He did the quick ult and knocked out Boosh, and he still was struggling.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he won, but it was down to like 30 seconds or something like that. But think about that. With 150% hell steal, you're going to push that timer out another minute or two. Just think of Chrysanthemum with all the hell steal on him. Every time counterattacks, you're not going to be
Bob, to be honest, I would put that on Jabba to force your opponent to really, like, they have to use something serious to beat that.
Yeah, and it that would put a good time. That's almost a timeout team, because if they don't beat it first round with JMK, they're never going to beat it.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna give that a try. I don't ever put GLs on defense, but I'll try that next time around when we can use it.
Yeah, if your ships are solid or whatever zones you have going, just put that on the front row, and they won't be able to touch it.
So, Logan, we're kind of running short on time. So, what do you want to do before we get off?
Let's go to the viewer questions and comments and what they got and talk about.
It was a heated one this week.
Yeah, I heard. We're about to go off the fucking rails on this topic, but let's go.
Screw it. We had rails.
We're covering the important subjects here. So are you doing it or what, Logan, or do I need to pull it up?
No, I can do it. Oh, Jesus.
I'll try to assist here.
I'm going to have to go have a fucking snack after this.
Especially what we're about to talk about. And then we always get on like crazy others on the podcast and comments. It never stays just... So the first one was a burger thing.
So, first thing, new question, and Bodie put that in with a finger thing that pointed down, which is good.
Okay.
Do you think the Phoenix squad will be Rex for the next GL? Or could this be another bait and switch to reduce our already depleted stocks from this Leviathan chase? How good will Cal Survivor ?
B, I'm guessing.
He is placed on the same tier as CLS, Gas, etc. Well, I'm going to say I don't know who put him on that tier. We don't even have a kit yet, so
yeah,
we don't really know.
If I had to guess, I would say he'd be on Star Killer level. Slightly sub GL. Just because of the way they're doing it. That's my theory. Because Star Killer was the same way. We weren't sure about him, but he's sub GL level. He might as well be a 7th GL.
Yeah.
That's my
And
survivor.
do we think Phoenix Squad will be Rex for the next GL? I mean,
We already went over
Yeah.
that.
your guess is as good as ours. I mean, yeah, it could be.
Well, it require 15 characters and probably a couple of ships. So yeah,
Yeah.
If not,
they haven't been used.
Sorry, if not this coming one, the next one for sure.
Sure.
All right. So CS wins, and this is where shit's about to go off the rails. All right, so, thoughts on when Leviathan becomes farmable?
Which we already went
Let's
over.
start there, and then we'll move on to the next.
12-month event. It's going to go monthly, but it's going to take 6 months for it to go monthly, just like any other capital ship we've ever friggin' had in this game.
Well, no, I get that, but
They're asking when. When is it?
Avant, I think you had said earlier that you foresee this event happening right after shortly after Conquest is done.
August at the earliest.
I think it'll drop next week.
Hot take. Hot potato up in this bitch.
I'm not gonna lie.
Beginning of fourth quarter.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope you're right.
I know. I want more
We still
time.
got Cal event to go. So if Cal's coming, this is right at the end of second quarter. Cal is going to happen right at the end, or if not the end of second quarter, the beginning of the third quarter. Leviathan is not coming out until the end of the third quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter, which is your August, September time frame.
I think they're both coming out at the same time.
I don't think they're going to do that because we got Ahsoka stuff coming too.
All right.
I have no idea.
I would like to think. I mean, Meatball did say at one point, if you don't get Malgus' ship, you're probably not going to get Leviathan. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's shortly after Conquest is over, maybe a week or two. Then they launch it. I mean, the journey guide's already in game, right? I clicked it.
I say if you don't get the Fury this time around, you're going to be 6 to 12 months out. I hate to say it.
I think it's going to release the same time as the Cal event.
All right. Anything else?
Ouch. That's good. So, CS wins after that question said, for fuck's sake. And you can only choose one for on a burger. Ketchup or mustard? Which would you pick?
Mayo.
Avant?
The question was ketchup or mustard. I choose barbecue sauce.
I would also say neither. They're disgusting.
And then Bodie chimed in, neither. Why ruin a perfectly good burger by putting garbage on it?
A fried egg. An
And
overeat fried egg with bacon and mayo.
Fried burger?
And you will be in friggin' heaven. Trust me.
You lost me at Mayo, brother.
And then we go on a bunch of like Jedi Master Kyvel running the whole thing. Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, ketchup, mustard, horseradish sauce, which, yeah, I'm good with that.
No. Bacon,
Barbecue
cheese,
sauce.
that's it. Bacon,
But-
cheese, fried egg, you're done. If you haven't had that yet, you haven't lived.
I also confessed to everyone that I'm a dry guy.
You did.
I don't like
Which
condiments.
dry
You gotta
burger,
have
that's-
some lubrication, Thrones. I've been telling you this for years. You have to have some lubrication.
Yes.
You can't go in dry. They don't like it.
You
I
look
just
like my
wanna
dad
say-
saying that.
To comment about what Bodie said, we're not making meatloafs. We're making hamburgers. Don't put eggs in your hamburgers.
Dude, hey, the first time I ever had it, okay, this mag story time, just a little bit. The first time I ever had a fried egg on a burger, I was in Rota, Spain.
No, not on top. I'm talking in the burger.
Oh, in the burger?
Yeah.
No. I'm talking like over easy fried egg on top.
Oh yeah. No, that's delicious.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, I like it.
If you haven't had that yet, you haven't lived.
Yeah,
I agree with you. They belong on the burger, not in the burger.
Is that to make them more tender or something? I don't know why people do that.
Some people use it as a binder, so if it dries out, it doesn't crumble. They use it. They put it in the ground beef, and then you make a patty. I'm from the Midwest. I know how this shit works.
Is that like?
But you don't need that if you do it right.
Is that like a Cracker Jack burger? Have you guys ever had one of those?
No. So Bones, what happens is, if you just do when you do just a ground beef patty, okay. Education time is with Mags. Man, this is how this shit happens. So depending on the consistency of the ground beef that you have, be it 80-20 for 80% beef, 20% fat, or 90-10. If it's 90-10, you have to have an egg for a binder because the fat content is not there to be able to keep the burger in its shape. Otherwise, you start getting those splits on the side and it just falls apart.
Gotcha. Always 80-20.
So always 80-20 makes the best ground beef burgers.
Okay.
If you're doing 90-10, you have to have an egg because you need that extra binding, the extra binder component in there to make it solid.
It really does. Egg just adds like a coagulant to the.
Yeah, it's a solidifier. It helps keep it in the round shape.
I've made many, many burgers for friends and family. It's always 80-20, and I never mix anything into the burger. It is just Montreal steak seasoning on top of the burger, and you got to grill it right on the correct heat with one flip.
One flip. Okay.
True. Yep.
I'm a multiple flipper.
I like to sear it, and I typically make my burger, depending on how many I'm making, egg, very light breadcrumbs, just again to add a bit of a thickening agent to make sure they don't break apart. And this is before I even pound out the patties. So little salt, little pepper, and depending on how people are feeling, maybe a little garlic. Sometimes if you want garlic infused, you can do minced garlic. I've known to cut up green onion very finely and put that into the hamburger mix and pound that out. To each their own taste.
I'm a purist. 80-20, pound it out, and I use a patty press so that it's nice and pressed in tight, and then only Montreal seasoning, and that's it.
Pound it out.
That's all I do.
He said pound it out while it's nice and tight.
Hey,
he did. And Bob, I was about to point that out to him that he said that. But dude,
me personally,
where are you going with this?
Me personally, I take the ground beef. I mix it. I just use regular salt, pepper, table salt and pepper.
S&P.
Mix it in. I have big hands. I'm 6.5 foot tall. My hands are huge, so I just handful the patty and squish it. Make it solid, throw it on, and again, I agree with you, 80-20 the whole way. Anything less than that, you go 90-10, you're screwed.
It'll dry
80-20 gives you the best flavor. It keeps it nice and juicy.
That's the thing about burger. You want there to be fat content for it to burn off and flavor it if you if you sear it right.
Yeah. So you sear one side, flip it once. Only once. And you can watch it. You can actually watch it cook up through the side of it. Flip it once. Let it sit. You're done. And then bacon, egg, and you're golden.
So what do you guys think about a chicken boiga?
I beg your pardon?
What did you just say to me?
What's your guys' opinion about the chicken boiga?
No.
Chicken burger?
No.
There's only one chicken burger that I've ever had that's good, and it's from Burger King.
So
they have bacon on it.
You just make a hamburger and slap a chicken patty on it as well. Chicken boyga.
Circling back a couple weeks, hot take.
Yeah.
Peanut butter on the bottom side of the bun, or peanut butter on the bottom bun of a hamburger. Just try it.
My fucking uncle used to do that.
Just try it.
My uncle used to do that.
I'll have to try it. I will. I'll do that for you, man. I'll try that next time I have burgers.
Peanut butter on the bottom bun, then the burger, bacon on top. Nothing better.
What were you saying, Logan?
Maybe if
No, my uncle used to do that. He put chunky peanut butter on his cheeseburger. He
the
did.
bottom bun though, not the top bun, because you don't want it on the roof of your mouth.
I don't think he gave a shit. I think he just did it.
Looking like a dog.
There it was, and he went with it. Done.
To be fair, I had we used to have a sushi guy come in to work, and he'd do his own kind of thing. He was a specialty sushi bar, and he did the Elvis sushi roll. It was banana, peanut butter, bacon, and I can't remember the other thing. But then they put it in a sushi roll with rice and the paper, or the saltwater paper, or the
Seaweed.
the seaweed paper. Then what he did is he dipped it in batter and deep fried that sucker, and then you cut it open. And I tell you what, that was the most delicious dessert I have ever had. It was a peanut butter jelly, frickin' sushi roll.
I mean, I would.
It was great. It was like having a peanut butter sandwich every bite.
I have never heard of that in my entire life.
Dude, the salty with the sweet and the creamy, it was just it hit everything. It hit all fucking cylinders.
And you put that description with Avant pounding it,
Dude, it pounded it.
For Christ's sakes, we're back to Avant. You know, he's not the Hamburglar pounding away. Lord.
Hey, you got to beat your meat in order for it to taste good.
I did want to mention Ultimate Crafting Way had said, I personally mix the meat. Anywho, I mix the meat with Worcestershire, breadcrumbs, egg, garlic, onion, salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes, and some cheese into the mix if you like it.
Okay, this was the comment I thought that Bodhi had said, but apparently it wasn't Bodhi. It was Crafting Way.
Yeah.
That's a meatloaf.
It is.
True.
That's literally the episode. That's episode. Yeah, that's the recipe.
That's the title of this episode. That's a meatloaf.
That's
I like it. Big country meatloaf.
Big country meatloaf. That's what I'm going to put on Spotify for the next episode. Big country's meatloaf.
Big country's meatloaf.
You have to wait till the end of the episode for the punchline.
I can't do that stream. That's against TOS.
That's what keeps him around, is the punchline. So
I will say, he does say one thing that, I don't know. I'm not a big, I love different mustards, but I'm particular about mustard. I'm not a big fan of mustard on a burger, but
Same.
I'm a mayo ketchup combo kind of guy on a burger.
Fancy sauce.
Poor man's cheap sauce, man. That's poor man's fish stick sauce.
mayonnaise
Now,
is
I'm having,
fucking disgusting.
A good sausage, kielbasa.
No.
That's where mustard or sauerkraut.
A good. Yeah, I'm with you, Logan. There on a good bratwurst.
Oh fuck yeah!
Solid bratwurst with the actual the chunky. The chunky mayo, the one with the mayo seeds in it. That I will frickin' kill somebody for.
I've cooked really good brats at get-togethers at my place, and people will grab a bun and a really good brat, and they'll drench it in mustard, and I want them to suck an M4 rifle.
I would kick them out right there. I'd be like, "You're done." We have a German restaurant out here called it's called Gustav's. They do this awesome bratwurst, and then they have that. Like I said, it's oh god, yeah. I mean, it's like being over in Germany. When I was over in Germany, it's on par with them. And then they have that mustard with the mustard seeds in it. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's the chunky mustard, right? It's like the chunky peanut butter. That in combination with that bot verse. Oh,
Once
God.
every couple of months, my father will marinate for about a week or two, and then prepare sauerbraten. And when he says sauerbraten, I go, "So when's dinner?"
That gets my German heritage going, man. Holy crap.
Well, with my last name, I'm actually very German. So yeah. I mean, I literally, people don't understand how I do it, but I could literally eat sauerkraut out of a bowl by itself.
I like sauerkraut.
I can't quite go that far with it. I do need the verse with it, but
Well, yeah. Anything else you guys want to do?
I need to go eat something.
Yeah, you guys got me starving now. Yeah.
Dude, I want to fucking eat. I feel like I've been with my fiance watching cooking shows all night. I need to go fucking eat something.
Well, we can wrap this up here in a second.
you have that problem too. My wife watches the Cooking Network, and it's just like,
oh my
like,
god, we watch
hungry.
like Third Level Chef and Kitchen
And
Nightmares and all this other
fucking
shit.
laughing at me from across the living room right now. She's over there with a grin, ear to ear, laughing at me.
Yeah, Third Level Chef. We watched that too, Logan.
Yeah, no, it was a good show. We enjoyed it. No, I don't have anything. I think we covered all the news. There's nothing really else to go on.
I got one more thing. One more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not trying to keep this going because I'm ready to go as well. But there is a thing in the comments that someone said that has nothing to do with food, but it goes back to the Leia thing, and it was very, very interesting. Brill Council said, rumors are that the Ahsoka series is going to basically pick up where Rebels left off. I would not be the least bit surprised to see them incorporate Leia into that show in some form that we haven't seen on screen yet. Then at the end of the season, they'll bring in the new Leia. That will be a version they bought in their own terms that will mirror Leia from the season 1 finale episode of Ahsoka. I don't know if all that's going to, but it would be interesting that maybe she is, it's a version that we don't even know yet.
That's possible.
And I forgot to mention that earlier. Like, we don't have to speculate on it, but I thought it was a cool idea.
I would say that could be that Jedi training Leia that we saw from the movies. They could tie that back in.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think the evidence is already clear. We don't have actual confirmation yet. But the evidence is clear that whatever the legend we're getting, it's Rebel. Like, I feel we're getting something for the Rebels. It's time. Sith has one, Empire has one, Cartel, First Order, Resistance. Like, the Rebels don't
what squads and factions do we have left that have not been used for GL? Ewoks and Rebels.
Yeah, well, yeah, Rebels, yeah. Well,
because Master Luke was kind of more Jedi than he was Rebels.
What about the Jawas?
Because pretty much anybody that has ever played this game, after you unlocked Thrawn, you never touched your Phoenix really ever.
Yeah. Never.
You never.
So let me rephrase that. Maybe not the ones that have been used for GL, but the ones that have not been touched.
Yeah.
Rebels. Well, Phoenix specifically, and Ewoks.
And I think this is where CJ can probably get you, because they're not going to include all the Phoenix and all the Ewoks. There's going to be a select number, because remember,
there'll be 15 that are minimum required, right?
Yeah. So we have Old Man Rex, 2 more Marquis. How many Phoenix and how many Ewoks are there?
Well, I'm going to say there's probably going to be Hera.
Hera was already used.
Hera, Zeb, and Kanan for sure. Possibly.
Well could be.
Wicket.
Possibly. Wicket.
Tebow.
Well, Wicket, Cheap Chirpa.
Ewok Elder.
Ewok I might go with the name once, because Elder might be that oddball out, right? But then
think of the ones that people don't have relic yet. They don't give a shit lore wise. They're gonna care about what ones the least people have relic, right? So I'm guessing Scout, Tebow, probably Wicket will be the 3, if not more.
That gives you 11 characters right there. So, well, no, because if you say, let's say all the Ewoks, and maybe you go minimum to level 5, right?
2 marquees.
So
Lando, Princess Leia.
we still do 2 marquees, so that's the Phoenix plus the Ewoks is probably about 10 to 12, maybe 13.
Yeah.
Well, 13 if you add the new Rex, and then 2 more marquees. That's 14, 15 plus a couple ships. That's what's going to be required.
Yeah, I think.
And if I'm right on that, I'm going to go buy a fucking lottery ticket.
And you got to come back. You have to come
I'll
back.
come back and I'll say, see, go check the tape. It's on tape now.
All right, fellows, I'm about ready to get out of here. It's storming like crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I got nothing else. Thank you all. Please check us out on Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere that you get your podcasts.
Give us a follow on Twitch too.
Yeah.
We are 8 away from getting to our affiliate or whatever it's called.
Is that it?
We're at 42 follows.
Oh shit, we need to get 50. There's 14 people in here. Go fucking like this shit.
Like, come on! If you haven't liked this, like, go, help us out for fuck's sake.
Thank you guys. Here we go.
We don't do this shit for free.
Like, you're watching us. You haven't hit like yet. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Like, go do that.
Sky Swugga, thank you for the follow. XSV5150, thank you for coming by tonight, and the follow as well, my friends.
Yeah, you're fucking great. Where are the rest of you? No, I appreciate it.
We do appreciate you. Even though you fuckers need to be following more, though.
Old Man Logan has entered his old man Clint Eastwood role right now, and he's just angry on his porch.
Either follow my stuff or get off my lawn.
Well, somebody had to mention fucking Jar Jar earlier, and it got my
I don't know who that asshole was. I think I don't know.
Like, at this point, I just want fucking follows so we can, start doing more shit. Like help us. Like, just do the right fucking thing. Don't do drugs. Don't drink and drive. But follow us on fucking Twitch.
And tell your friends. Tell all your friends about us.
Fuck, I got one out of the 3.
Tell your wife. Tell your mistress. I don't give a fuck who you tell. Just tell somebody.
You don't have to watch. Just push the follow button.
It's like the meme.
Push a little hard.
It's like the meme where they're like, the girl's like, what's he thinking about? Like, is he cheating on me? And it's like thinking of the 3 scoundrels. I don't know what. Us talking about pounding meat.
Oh, he's thinking about other girls. What quantum drive can I swap into my new ship?
Yeah. Yep.
So 3 scoundrels and pounding. I just went, that's
pounding our meat.
And peanut butter under your burger.
Oh no, like I said, I have a family member that does that.
And Crystal, if you're still here, I'm sorry. I apologize for these guys.
And let your dog lick off the peanut butter from Munda.
No, I didn't say anything about that.
But it's your dog.
What movie is that?
Road Trip?
Yep, Road Trip. Anyways, y'all, I gotta get out of here. Mags, thank you for coming by, my friend.
Yeah,
anytime, man. Hit me up. I'll be around. If you guys want a 4th guy hanging out, just let me know.
All right, will do. All right, to everybody, from Big Bob, Avant, and myself, and Big Country for tonight, 4 Scoundrels in a Cantina. We appreciate you. We appreciate you listening. For all of you that have not liked, fuck you waiting for. Like, stop it. Just do the right thing.
Come on,
and
cheap bastards.
Good night. Good night. Good luck. We'll
see you guys next week.
Yeah, next week. 3v3 sucks. That's all I got.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Skull.